Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Roll For It.
Happy 2020.
Woo!
2020, you're the natural crits.
We all need advantage. That's a rule. Okay, advantage on everything.
Advantage on nothing. Forever. Perfect. Sounds good to me. Anyway.
Stop playing. It's still 2019 technically. 40 hours.
Oh, man. So, everyone is here. I'm not going to go have them say hello, because that's. I feel like that's unnecessary. We're going to recap real quick, and then we're going to jump into our session here. So, last session we had a guest who played Bird Person. Oh, yeah. Who played Ron? What am I doing? A guest who played Ron, the Aarakocra Ranger, who was hunting a lemur, a fierce creature that steals treasure. They did some tracking and hunting of this creature, finding its lair underground. They found two metallic beings underground, breaking chests, and even found a large wartime airship of Dragonborn origins.
Whoops. That shit fucked me
They
up.
proceeded to fight the creatures inside the lemur's den. Eventually the lemur showed up. They fought the lemur, killed the lemur, explored the ship, and found an orb that seemed to have stolen one of Jabba's spell slots.
Guys, level 5 is fun.
And then the ship fell down into a underground cavern where it was basically laying on top of the opening and exploded. Anyways, that's where we're picking up.
You also skimmed over the saddest death of the entire series so far. Snickerdoodle died. I mean, I'm gonna bring him back, but he died.
Did he technically die?
It's unclear. Let's get going.
Anyways, so what are you
Thank you,
guys?
Magic
You're
8 Ball.
inside the cave right now. What are you guys doing with Ron?
Making our way out.
Ron, I believe we've filled.
Ron looks at you. He gives you a salute and he jumps down the tunnel hole
What?
that leads further down.
I can't tell if he was an idiot or if this was a larger play.
Do we all just freeze?
Let's just go.
I just watched someone commit suicide.
He's an Aarakocra. He can fly. He's fine.
Was that hole there when we got in here?
It was covered by the airship.
Can you fly? Can we see the bottom?
You cannot see the bottom. You can see Ron because he's. I believe
Slowly
he.
descending.
Yeah, he's
Ron!
slowly descending into the darkness.
Ron, what are you doing?
And you hear treasure.
Okay.
Now we have to.
Hold on. Do we have any way to actually get back up from the hole? Do we think Ron's going to help us?
Maybe.
Are we willing to bet?
Probably not. One for the money. Two for the show. You get ready or to die.
Shit, I don't conjure animals. I was gonna say if I could conjure animals and conjure them, I could fly us down. But
How
Can I just climb?
It's like where you're standing is the ceiling of the whatever cave is underneath you, cave system. So you'd be going straight down.
Like I can't go up to a wall and
Nope.
How far down does it
I
look
have
like
feather
the
falls.
You can't tell because as you go down, there's no light down there.
Does anyone have ropes?
One at a time.
I mean, we all have some.
One at a time.
We all have some rope in our packs.
Can we all just tie the rope together?
Yes.
How much weight can I
Let's see how
have?
far it is down.
You cannot see. Actually, no, you can't see the bottom either. It is,
I'd like
even
to
with
take-
your dark vision, it surpasses your dark vision.
Can I use my kitten and my rope?
If you
That's
would,
what we were just trying to
if you would
figure out.
like to try,
Before you do
you
that,
can.
I have a bearing to throw down?
and carry weight is
gauge
a carry weight of a
the
creature will
sound?
be determined by their base strength score.
Oh, good. Can I have like a?
I don't believe Run's strength score was very
Thank you,
high.
Frank. I just got a
oh my god,
couple
you're
of
gonna throw a
bearings
bunch of ball
from
bearings at Ron.
Frost, and I'm going to throw it down to see how long it takes before it hits.
Okay. You throw a couple of bearings down. A bearing or multiple?
A bearing, just
Okay.
one at a time.
And you wait, and you wait, and you wait. You wait a little longer.
I'm hoping I hear like a ow at the end of this.
And about 2 minutes pass. You wait in a little longer.
Wolfgang is already walking back towards
And then
the
you,
entrance of the cave.
about a minute and a half longer, so 3.5 minutes have passed since you thrown it down. You're
There's no way I would wait that long for a noise. Just I
Okay.
feel like you and I are like.
So, yeah,
I was
I'm
kind of confused.
Darren's still standing at the edge of this hole. We've all turned around and walked away.
No, I would walk away as well. I'm not that dumb, thank you.
So what are you guys doing?
I guess leave Ron to whatever insane devices he has.
Sure.
Clearly, he had a bit of a larger plan he didn't feel like filling us in on.
Maybe we'll see him again later.
I don't think my
Where am I
arm is
supposed to
long
get
enough.
50% of this bounty on this thing?
Yeah, did Ron
Just a
ever,
little short.
Only 50.
Give me a perception check.
yeah, did Ron ever
20
pay us?
centimeters. If it had gone that
Yeah.
much farther, you would have fallen and maybe survived.
16.
Succeed, there is a bag of gold by the entrance of the Lima's den.
So he was definitely planning on doing this the whole time.
How did he?
I don't know. Okay, I feel like Ron was just screwing with us, but we got the money. Okay, how much did he leave us?
He left you 250 gold pieces.
Can you do the math for that? Or is that each of us get 250?
No, that's the total. I will do the math for you children.
Wolfgang doesn't have a particularly good...
That's 42 pieces for everyone.
Okay.
32.
No, 42.
42. Oh, more than I thought.
That's life, the universe, and everything. Thank you very much.
Woo! Okay. So, mixed bag success. We killed some things, we learned some things, we laughed along the way. Joppa got hurt. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
guys, I don't
We're
feel so
watching
good.
our Coker fall.
Do you need to go back and see a doctor or something?
I don't really know what happened, but
You're not feeling weird, are you? Did you tell something happened?
He just lost a spell slot, right? Nothing
Yeah.
else?
Just a
what
special.
would that be? I mean, are we just gonna fourth wall it? Hey guys, I'm missing a spell slot.
You know about spell slots. It's not like it's something crazy. Spell slots are an in-world
You
thing.
would think that
Does he feel
in-world
weird
they
at
know...
all?
I don't know why we
I
have a
mean,
problem
he
with this.
touched
This just
something.
means
He just
that
feels
there's
like he
one
lost
less
a
chance
spell
for us to get moonbeam.
One last chance for any other spell at my disposal.
Good
Yes.
Barry.
Yes, Igor.
This orb that I'm
Please.
blasting with my rifle, what is about the size of it?
About a baseball.
Would that, I'm not going to shoot it, but would that fit inside my rifle? Oh,
I mean,
What?
Would it
in the
fit
very
onto
top, yes. It wouldn't go down the barrel, but it fit like at the
Okay.
at
So
the
you have a
end.
blunderbuss.
Can I,
With an orb on the end.
in my attempts to move it, can I blow it against like the wall of the cave and then just like scoop it up in the top of the rifle?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Cool.
What are you, King K.
We're
Rool?
good to go. I don't want to touch this thing. It's lost a spell slot.
So you guys are leaving the cave?
Yes.
Okay. Get outside the cave. I believe I said it was about noon when you got around
Yeah.
here-ish. So we'll say it's like 2 o'clock. You come out, you know, your horse and wagon. The horsies are doing all right. It's a good day. You know, there's still daylight. It's a little warm. It's a little wind. And, but where are you guys going?
Okay, so the airship thing showed up very quickly. Do we want to go back there with a leveler head, try to see what's going on?
I mean, I would really rather not.
All right, so where can we go?
All
from here?
I can tell you is, from my experience with these, they are not good.
Okay.
We also have two very, very important pieces of documentation
Right.
related directly to that giant thing that just destroyed
Well,
all
we've
those
got
buildings.
we've got the one thing for the cannon, and then we've got
We have
the
the
other thing
blueprint
for
for
the
the
cannon.
boat.
We've got the deed for not that. Is the deed we have the deed for the boat that had
For
the
the
cannon on
boat
it?
that you basically stole.
No, the boat that we stole and the
Yeah.
deed for the cannon.
I
Okay.
thought the deed for the cannon was
It was
On
like
the
a,
airship.
it was like ambiguous. It just meant a airship cannon in general.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah.
cannons in general.
One of something
It's
that I-
it's not
not
one that we
specific.
can.
It may not be
point to
that
a
one
claim.
particularly,
Yeah.
but still, it's the same.
it's like a patent almost.
Essentially.
That's what I was going to ask.
You're-
Where are we generally in
Yeah.
relation
You're about
to Qualm?
4 hours out of Quallen.
Which direction?
You're heading towards Sel'Fey, the next town.
Sel'Fey is east? Off the
In
river?
general, that way.
Yes.
What do we know about Salton?
Sel'Fey.
South there.
Towards the
What do
left.
we know about there?
You know very little about Sel'Fey.
What do you mean? Like everybody knows very little?
Well, give me a history check and see what you
Yeah,
know.
that's what it's like.
Woo!
Rolling.
Our general path that we want to be on is not quite up the river as it is more due straight north.
That's gonna be
Sel'Fey is the next town on the actual road.
Oh, on the road to
Stroudsburg.
That's a dirty 20, baby.
That is a 23.
That is a
Nine for
modified
all that
20.
magic coming back.
So
I
two
don't
dirty
know.
20s and a
It never
23.
left.
We do. So, alright.
Oh,
Did you guys roll history?
Hey!
I rolled a
Unnatural.
That's 3 dirty
14
20s.
is not bad.
Alright.
So
dirty 20s.
Jody.
Why not?
I would also appreciate
What's
that.
wrong with that?
okay. Anyways, so you know that Sel'Fey is essentially where, prior to the Vals, who are the ruling lineage of Panarno, before they came into power and unified the country, Sel'Fey was kind of a marketplace for 3 different kingdoms, or little kingdoms. When the Vals finally took over and unified the nation, those kingdoms kind of went to war with each other. One of them had a crazy king who killed the other 2, and then was later on put down by the Vals.
That wouldn't have by any chance been the crazy king related to the castle under the lake we encountered, would
We
it?
don't know.
Okay.
You do know that the town is known for its magnificent archeries and its 16 archer towers. They're
Do you know if they sell bows and stuff there?
More than
I asked
likely.
you.
I'd imagine they've got to keep
I don't
their
know
own
shit, but
supply
I'm
up.
asking you.
Yeah.
when I say archer towers, I mean
make an educated
ballistas.
guess, so
Let me
I
make
guess
that
so.
very clear.
Oh.
They're ballistas, not like bows and arrows. They have ballista towers.
Okay,
Oh.
so we
Okay.
steal a
Still,
ballista.
they have ranged weaponry. I would give you a generalized guess.
Anyways,
We're gonna bounce
How'd you
over
like to
the
get
park
a
or
much
don't?
bigger bow?
I don't carry it.
We'll push it around.
What, are we gonna put it behind like the wagon?
Sure.
so what are you guys
Okay.
doing?
Forming a wagon train, apparently.
I guess. Does it sound like we have any? Is there anywhere else we can go
Yeah,
other than
Sel'Fey.
Sel'Fey? I'll get this right eventually.
I mean, you can go off the path if you'd like and try to get to one of the other towns. But Sel'Fey is on the path direct.
What other towns are around us?
Are around you?
Yeah. Like in the generalized direction that we're going, what other towns could we come across?
So if you tried to go on Sel'Fey, which is an option, there's Yotan, Dunrise, Farhand is not too far from here. Farhand being a larger city.
Which city was the one that the old tinker?
Oh, Havard?
Yeah. Where did?
He's going to Farhand.
I think we should head in the direction of Farhand. Oh, the evil slave trader
so
guy.
we're not
That
really
knows.
like meshing with them, you know?
Oh, I told you guys the whole thing on that.
Yeah, but are they like in certain cities?
They're in
They-
the south.
Yeah, they were operating in the south, but they were buying off the local magistrates to be able to operate in the black market.
So they're not
But
really.
the bounty hunter that I also ran into, who was giant air quotes working with him, was apparently working deep cover to take him down. He said he'd keep me in the loop on that because we're apparently so.
We got plenty of hunters in here.
I don't know.
All right, I'd say we head in the direction of Farhand.
Yeah.
I'd say we head in the direction of Farhand with maybe trying to hit up a couple of towns along the way.
Open it up and let me know when you have it, and I'll show you about where you are.
Are there towns along the way to Farhand we can stop off in?
If I am not mistaken, Farhand should be right off of Sel'Fey. So you have to go to Sel'Fey first, and you stop off to Farhand on the road. You can go to Farhand without going on the road if you'd like to. It's questionable.
Oh, yeah, what do you think?
Also, you may have to abandon the wagon.
I would like
Why would we have to
not.
abandon the wagon?
Because it would be off the main road, so the wagon wouldn't be able to handle it. So
Oh.
it sounds like we go to Sel'Fey, then we go to Farhand.
I would prefer not to buy another wagon and horse.
Well, 2 horses.
2 horses. My bad.
So does our travel path sound locked in? Because I have some business in Farhand additionally.
Let's just go there. You have business there. You don't want to lose the wagon.
Isn't that right?
Well, no, the question would be go off-road, dodge Sel'Fey, and use the wagon.
Have a
or take
slower
the
trip
road,
heading
go
north.
through Sel'Fey, and then go to Farhand. All right,
Well,
take the
no,
road.
that's
That's
what
what
we have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which is another town. Tone. It's
It's
further ahead.
They're a
That
military city.
they were the military center of
I wasn't
craziness.
They probably
Yeah,
do.
let's do that.
Oh, they probably do.
Did they do what?
Have good blacksmiths. We have a
Let's-
plan to do with
Let's do that. Let's go to Sel'Fey.
Going to Sel'Fey?
the Sel'Fey.
Alright.
To find a blacksmith.
Sel'Fey is a 4 days ride.
Wow.
It is the only town between Quallen and, well, from Quallen anywhere north. There are no towns in between them, so you're gonna have a 4-day journey.
Are we getting into like the waste areas or something?
No, it's just no one stopped there. No one liked it.
Full send.
Okay,
I'm not for whatever.
yeah, let's get going. We can try to do some downtime stuff and see if we pick up anything along the way. Notice anything?
So in downtime conversation, Wolfgang, we haven't quite talked about this in full yet.
Alright, hold on.
Yeah, who is driving? That's a good question.
I'll drive.
Saren's driving?
First
Okay.
shift.
Alright, so we
handling.
get back to the wagon. Sarah takes the wheel. We all pile on in. We're all content.
Alright, you're
How
good.
was it fine?
It's a nat 20 for a 21.
You're good. It's a smooth journey. It's a nice day.
It's beautiful.
Alright. So, this note that you got about this druidic turtle experiment thing,
The Kabir project.
and you had read my note, right?
We had it translated, yes.
You don't seem to think this has anything to do with that, do you?
I think this might very much have something to do with that.
What is it that they have?
Well,
What
I
could they
imagine if they
possibly
wanted
have?
me to find out what they had, they wouldn't have redacted it so heavily. I don't know. The Institute does a lot of stuff. They're kind of a sprawling network. It's kind of a really terrifyingly large bureaucratic behemoth. They go anywhere from really mundane academia to apparently this.
Would you have cause to worry about him in that aspect?
I've never really, in my studies, crossed paths with the druid. My
How many
research prior to being a warlock was always more of the arcane, more working with wizardry, and occasionally sorcerers.
How many people in the party actually know what was on my letter?
I think we all did. We had it translated,
You all did.
so we all knew.
Actually,
Well, they're
Igor
not-
won't know what's on your letter because
Well,
Igor
that's
wasn't there.
I
But you
wasn't-
could show him, but he can read it because it's in Dwarven.
So Wayne, we're in the car. You're
Well, no,
you're
what
on
I
the
actually know Dwarven.
You would know Dwarven.
Well, I was abandoned as a child. So what I know
Temba's
Dwarven-
Ma is not an idiot. He teaches the children the language of what they're from. Additionally, because it just helps with when you need to talk to people. Not everyone who comes in knows Common. So,
gave me
especially
that
if it's a-
learning.
Okay,
Dwarves aren't
Temp-
known
Temp's
for being in
good.
this area in particular.
I got that good church line.
So you're obviously hearing this now for the first
The lessons went common,
One
dwarvish,
letter.
don't touch your willy.
One letter.
I pull out
He
this
took care of you.
crumpled up old letter that I have.
Yeah,
and show
so
him.
this is bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna read the letter and try to make it head to head.
When I first met him, it was miraculous. It was the only thing not covered in mud that he had. It was a possibility. We wanted to do
Oh my
some
God.
magic on the paper.
We actually never did that.
Is it stain resistant paper?
I
I've heard of such much.
Roll an Arcana check.
will do this.
That is a 26.
That is a 19.
Yo, this paper ain't magic.
Okay,
This is magic.
so it's not the
Yo,
paper.
it's papyrus.
You must have just cared about it.
This font, though, is incredible.
It's like I don't know. I've seen it in some books before. I think it's called Comic Sans.
It's exactly Comic
We
Sans.
must copy this.
What are they talking about, though?
Do I understand what they're talking about?
You
I
can-
as Igor understand.
You as Igor is a little confused about it. You definitely you can read it perfectly fine, but it's the actual. What does this mean? That you're not really getting.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the grammar's okay, but like the words on the page, they mean nothing.
So
I'm just concerned that whatever they're doing with druidic focuses and
Yo, the turtle druid
And-
is worried about the turtle druidic slave experiment. That's,
yeah,
Obvious things are
I would
obvious.
be more concerned if you were completely fine with it.
it just sounds like to me that they're looking for someone special, and I have this thing from my past that I don't fucking know anything about that says I'm special for some goddamn
To
reason.
be fair, it never explicitly says you're special.
I'm assuming I'm the one they're talking about. Why else would I have this?
all right,
How smooth is the ride?
it's pretty smooth.
How much space do I have in the car?
Card is
Not a ton.
not a ton. It's maybe like 6 feet wide.
If
Could
somebody's-
I-
If somebody's riding shotgun,
Igor, if
we
you
don't
want,
know
we
where
can
to
pull over and you can go into the woods. We've all
No.
asked questions.
I would like. I don't believe I've done this yet in the past 24 hours. I would like to use.
You'd like to use the tunic.
I would like to use the tunic and create a small holding vessel, maybe about that big,
Okay.
and I'm going to put it down on the base of the cart. I'm gonna sit in the bottom of the cart, and I'm gonna put the focus, the orb, out of the rifle.
You're making a
Into it.
glass jar for the orb.
I would just hold it first, and I'm gonna sit down.
You wanna hold the orb first?
No.
Okay.
I want to make a little pedestal, put the orb on the pedestal, and I want to sit there, and for 8 hours, then assuming we're traveling for the whole day, I want to study this thing.
Okay.
'Cause I don't understand it.
You know what? I'll let you do that. Give me 3 Arcana checks.
Can I give him help on this?
I mean, yes, you can.
You have
I'm
to
like
roll with
the idiot
advantage.
dragonborn sitting there like, what the fuck?
So roll with advantage on
Everyone's
this.
just staring at an orb for 8 hours.
Yeah,
I feel like we're all just
Is
dead
it gonna
silent
be
and
three
walls.
numbers?
I'm just amazed that there are people.
So whatever your 3
staring at
highest
it.
numbers are.
I'm with you. I'm not high enough.
It's a magic ball.
The first one is 27. The second one is 19.
Okay.
Third one is
Alright.
Nice.
So within your
plus 5.
first hour of studying the structure of this orb, you notice that now Ephraim has never been something that you've been well attuned to in any aspect in your life. You notice what look to be Ephraim etchings inside this orb.
I won't want to see it.
2 more hours in, total 3 hours. You're thinking, well, it's probably some method someone else used with Ephraim to make it have this kind of effect.
Around this point, I'm gonna stick my head over your shoulder.
Jenny Turtle. You don't know why it took away the smells off of me. No idea. Go to sleep, Jabba.
And 5 hours in, and you cannot determine on how it works.
Damn it. It ain't by the gods, guys.
Can I,
This is wizard
while
shit.
he's doing this, can I just ritual cast the identify spell on this?
Sure.
Okay. Identify spell. Identify this.
This is not an innately magic item.
What?
Is that all you can do for me? Identify?
Absolutely.
I love how this is. We want to risk what happens to someone who's not magic.
That's what I was gonna say. Like somebody who has absolutely no magic, i.e.,
Like,
I wouldn't
Karina.
say she has
Do I
no
just,
magic.
No.
I don't think any of us have
Okay.
no magic.
Do we vote that it's okay for me to like?
That is okay. So, as a not real doctor, I'm going to give you the full full disclosure. This will probably hurt you. You deserve full disclosure on that.
As speaking of somebody who's tampered with sorcery,
Sword
No.
at all? Can someone heal me?
But it's getting
Probably
towards
be okay.
evening.
It's getting towards the evening.
It would
It's
probably
about
need
7
a greater
o'clock. The
rest
sun
of
is about to go
something
down.
else.
We should also stop when we can.
Yeah, I agree.
What, the ride did not count as a long rest?
Is
You didn't drive.
He was driving.
That's what
We
I heard.
weren't.
That worked for you.
There's going to be a
So what are you guys
shot in the dark. Do any of you guys
8
have
hours.
a brazier within which I can cast Find Familiar?
I could make a bridge
Straight road.
in 8 hours.
Okay, we'll save that for tomorrow then.
When my spell dissipates, it's going to, make the holder disappear.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my backpack and just kind of place it next to it, so when the spell times out,
It just rolls into your
it just
backpack.
rolls into my backpack.
Okay.
I ain't touching this.
Okay.
I'm not sure why, but I had like an
Anything-
Indiana Jones moment where the stones like burn through the bag.
Hold on, do we want to try Karina touching it?
Well,
But,
let's
I
take a
don't-
long rest and we can discuss.
Well, no.
tomorrow.
I mean, if she wants to touch, she can touch it at the end of the day. I just don't want this thing rolling around the
It just
cart.
doesn't sound right.
Rolling around in their car.
I don't want this thing
Touching
rolling around,
everybody's feet.
touching everyone's feet, and the next thing you know, no spell slots for any of us, and then we're done.
I'm probably not going to sleep in the cart
That
then.
wasn't supposed to open. And the lightning came out. What if that's like that for you, except you can't run away from it?
What if it's
I
more
I
birds
mean, if
this
you want
time?
to touch this, let's touch it right before we go to bed, and then
But
you
I
can
want
sleep
to
it
like
off.
help.
What did you just say?
The phrasing.
But I
If you would like to touch this crazy orb, I would suggest you before sleep, and then you can sleep off the Elevax.
If
If
that
If that helps it.
I don't think it'll kill you.
he can resurrect the dead.
I just want to warn
I
you.
don't like that.
I don't think.
Hey,
this
you
is
guys
a
do
good
whatever you
idea.
want.
I can
I don't
also,
want to die.
I can also heal you if a sleep heal is not enough.
I'm just telling you. I don't think it's a good idea.
Or we can all just take turns touching this one.
I'm not touching
I'm not
that
touching that one.
I ain't touching shit.
Like maybe it just happened to him.
I will wait and see what happens when Karina touches it, and then I will reconsider whether or not I want to touch it.
I think we need to do some clinical trials here.
Cross
We also have
you
any
know,
magical
camp.
weapons we're willing to touch this thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
See if it affects magic weapons.
Saren pulls the cart over on the side of the road, and he begins making camp.
I love how this decision was made while we were bickering.
I help him.
Yeah,
Okay.
when we had Sarah, we
Yeah.
just kind of get tired of shit, so we just walk away. I'm
Camp
picking
is
up
made.
No,
sticks.
I've been driving
I'm picking
for
up
8 hours.
sticks and
I'm
you're just
like,
hammering the tents
I will
down.
turn this fucking car around.
Camp is made, a fire is set, and you have the evening to yourself.
You guys want me to cook dinner?
What can you cook?
I have some fish on
I can-
me if you want it.
I can
Got
fry
all
up some
lunch.
fish. I can make something out of the rations I have.
I have
I
very
gave
whatever
you
we
the rest
have.
of the pound of fish I have. That should be more than enough for you to like fry it, eat it for later.
It's the bear meat is probably
I have
not good.
pretty old bear meat.
The bear meat is probably smelling.
I
really
have
bad.
quite a lot of bones.
It's kept ambrosial meat.
If you want to eat the bear meat, you can go ahead and cook it.
I would like to
I'm
cook,
pretty sure you'll
I would like
die.
to cook 2 pounds of the bear meat.
Okay.
I'm just
Like,
looking
You're
over.
really
carrying
well
around
done.
bones.
I'm just looking over my
It's like
inventory.
you carry all the
and realizing, like,
bones.
You want to roll me a
So
performance check?
creepy.
I'm just looking over. I'm just looking over my inventory and realizing all the animals we picked stuff up from and scavenged. The only meat I got was from the bears, and I lost that in a failed sacrifice. So the only remains I have are all
Right.
teeth and bones.
Natural 20 on the performance check.
Nice.
It's a 21.
Nice.
Wow.
You cook it to a degree where it is mostly black on the outside, but you think it's safe to eat
I fucking eat it.
now. Okay. Roll me a constitution.
Oh my god.
Just a check, not a save.
7. Natural 3 plus 4.
We should have waited to be able to cast augury on this.
You feel pretty good. It goes down pretty easy.
Okay, guys.
It's gonna come out pretty hard.
I'm gonna drink some of my holy wine.
Okay.
And that's what
Wait,
sets
wait,
it
wait.
off.
Can you have some of your wine full with the fish and the flavor? Yeah.
The sack never runs.
I'll make it
Let's put some of that
marsala.
holy wine in there. Give it a little sparkle.
The sack never goes.
It's dark, it's quiet. The sky is starless this evening.
Is it just overcast?
This is starless. It happens from time to time. You still hear the cricketing of insects. You can hear some rustling of creatures in the woods around you. Quiet night. The crackle of the fire is probably the loudest thing besides you guys talking and moving around.
No other animals around here?
Well, you hear them in the forest further in, but they're
Serve the cooked food.
probably staying away due to the fire. What are you guys doing this evening? Are you all just going to bed?
I wanted to talk to Igor.
Yeah.
Would you like a hand?
I want to talk to Igor first.
Hey, you've got the celestial aspect. Maybe you need a low fiendish aspect too.
No, but I
No.
want to talk to him
You don't want that
first.
stuff.
No, I just
That's
want to
about
talk to him
I'm gonna
first.
sit down and I'm gonna read a little bit
So,
more
I
about
talked to you, and
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask if I can have some help, like, reaching my god, basically. Like, you know.
Yes.
I don't
I'll
think he can
help
say
you
to
reach
take
your god.
you away to your god.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Nothing you can say can take him away to your god.
Oh. Okay, so.
I'm tired. Things are gonna happen.
I tell him I want to make it private, so if he could come with me into the woods, but I promise I wasn't going to come. I'm a little nervous about other people hearing me, and I want some solitude. So
Okay, so you guys take- Do you take a step away with Frost?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a very reluctant.
Wow, that's so reluctant. Like, oh man, what
So you step
Would you
away.
like me to join you?
I guess I'll die.
I'll message you because
Okay.
You know that Frost has killed Karina, right?
I know, but I
Put her
can't.
on her back.
That was a
But I
wash.
can't-
But if she wants divine help, I would be not doing my job.
I know.
Okay.
We
I
should
guess
walk,
we're.
says the
We'll
child
walk like a
predator.
half hour.
You're gonna walk for a half hour into the woods?
It's in the woods.
Okay.
Okay, well, okay. We look at
That seems a little murdery.
You want to be private?
Frost, are you sure you don't want me to join you?
I'm a little worried now about you trying to kill me.
Okay, maybe not 30 minutes.
Okay,
It's
how about
like-
like 15? 15
Just
Like
no.
walk
10,
5
15
minutes
Okay.
over there, so you're close
I
enough.
want
for me to help you.
the light of the fire out of eyeshot.
Okay.
Which shouldn't be too hard.
So you guys walk for about 15 minutes ish, maybe it might be like 13 more realistically, and you can't really see the fire. You can kind of see it. Like if you really looked hard, you could find it, but like if you just glance back where you came from, you can't see it. So, what are you guys doing?
And then there were 4.
So, is there a spot where I would believe would be the best spot to pray?
Give me a perception check.
I help her.
I have
Yeah, sure.
perception. I have advantage in perception with the goblins too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and I would have dark vision, so I'd have disadvantage.
You'd be better off giving her the help action.
I would have to give it with health action.
Okay.
Hold an 18.
So that was 22 though.
All right, you're fine.
Do I find a nice place?
But you find looks like there are not. It isn't like a mountain, but it's more like an extruded rock, a little overhang. And you look at it and you think this is probably a good place to do some prayer. Igor, you set up a little, like, portable shrine with what you have.
Yeah, I'm gonna just grab a little bit, take out my sensor, and do some incense, and spray my holy water everywhere.
Picturing like one of those little raid things where
I'm gonna make sure I have my hammer
Just
out.
like
keep my hammer
having
with my holy
sweet
symbol.
incense, bringing it around, lighting the moon.
Splashes some on you as you pass by.
Prior to us doing anything, I would like to cast Augury
Yes, that one spell that you used.
on myself. I would like to cast Augury on in general, and I'd like to get an idea or a feel of how this praying session's gonna go. 'Cause it's gonna take us about 30 minutes.
Okay.
You hope? I hope. There's 4 options.
Please read me the 4 options because I don't remember them.
Wield, which is good. Woe, which is bad. Wield and woe, or nada.
Nada.
All right, you get a wield and well.
Okay.
Yeah, unsure feeling about how this will go. In particular, Lumiere is not the most helpful of the gods, generally speaking, but he's not the worst.
For some reason, I just like
So I think. Oh my god.
Pretty much is. That pretty much is what this god is.
just a grin in the dark.
So I think the next step is we pray.
Yep.
I'm not too familiar with this god, but generally that's the right idea.
Generally.
Just
That's kinda how
actually
gods work,
praying
Is to
here.
pray, and I think that if you have
riding a
that
bicycle.
if you have items on you that you took in his name or with the stole things, since he's the god of thievery and stuff, to kind of place them out and to dwell on the action of thievery and how you did this and how good of a job you did.
Can I
Be
offer a
a little
memory?
proud.
You can offer a memory. Well, you verbally have to speak the memory.
I have to verbally speak the memory though.
Yeah.
Can I turn and tell him he's gonna hear some things he's not gonna like?
Sure.
The first virginity ever stolen. Oh boy.
But I promise I will tell him all about it afterwards and explain myself.
It's a confession. But
Okay.
Oh dear Father, I have sinned.
So do I roll
just
for?
hold on.
All right, take a couple shots of that. Do I just roll for religion first, or should I
Give
prayer
your
first?
whatever your prayer is. Give that first,
Okay.
because it'll
So-
affect whatever the DC is for your religion
I
check.
kneel down and I try to open myself up, but as I do, I try to make myself approachable. So mentally, though, like I will say out loud, but I will try to be like have a connection, I guess. I don't know. I speak out loud. Lumiere, the trickery god, I pray to you. You are the obscurity of the night and the sweet notes from a flute. I hope my deception and actions have caught your eye. If I have pleased you, let me know so I can better serve you. And within the past 2 weeks, I give him the memories of tricking one of my party members to rid of a curse, but in doing so, I killed her, but brought her back. Because not only was it a bad action, a good action, but it was a confusing action. So I did that. The second thing was I lied my way to get a magical artifact from Giuseppe, even though I wasn't completely honest, but I did bring some retribution in. But I managed to take something extra for myself. And then lastly, I talk about going in and taking the deep and finding more, but keeping them for myself, but promising I wouldn't hold on to them afterwards. And then I will go with religion.
Yes. Roll at advantage because Igor is assisting you.
Oh, wait. If I help, do I get to add my own modifiers to it?
No.
Fuck.
Oh, that was really bad.
Advantage.
No, I'm praying. Oh man, it's so bad. I got like a 7.
You got a 7?
Yeah.
You feel warm air seemingly cradle the two of you together. It's not moving you, but it feels as if it's surrounding you, enveloping you. It's warm. And you see I guess you would say a small fox. Its fur is really red.
Do I see this fox?
Yeah, you see this fox. It's like a burning crimson red color.
You seen this shit? You see this?
Yeah. I look at you and I'm like, I thought I did terrible.
This is all the time. This is great. Seen shit?
It comes up, sits in front of you, and then it just turns into slowly turns into light dust, and it disappears.
I think that was okay.
I think that went
I don't
okay.
think that was bad.
I don't think it was good nor bad. I think it was
Sometimes actions speak louder than prayer.
If you're about to say God moves in mysterious ways,
God's moving in mysterious ways.
mage hand slap him.
Well, there are 8 of them, and they all move relatively differently.
Maybe. And I'm gonna regret this. I think we should steal something.
Catch
We need
the
to
bad
steal
boy.
something.
Which are
I don't
I
know.
regret stealing something.
You're the
You know,
person that
old
steals
person
things.
on a child.
We need
you
to
think it
steal
would be noteworthy. It has to
something
be something
important.
important.
Something important. Something that will get us chased out of town. Like, you have to go big.
I mean, the next town has
Call me
giant
Danny
ballistas.
Ocean.
Where's the balls?
Maybe.
But where would we hide it? Wait, no, I have an idea where we can hide it. I have a really good idea where we can hide
Maybe
it.
not a ballista. I like that you're thinking big. But
Ooh, I'm
sometimes the
thinking
most
big.
important things aren't big things. They're small things.
I mean, but what if we take something that's sentimental too?
I know
Someone
what you
else.
just said.
I
There
love
are
a lot of
I love
things
that we're
that
not
are
here, so we have no input.
I think we need to steal something
Okay,
that's
wait.
important.
So
I'm
I
just
sit
back
down
at the
and I
camera,
say, yes, I agree with you. I want to catch the attention and try and connect
Yes.
more with Lumiere because I
Yes.
feel like that was a sign. But what should we tell the rest of the party? Because technically I lied, even if it was for my benefit.
We'll tell them you had like an embarrassing rash and I healed it. I don't know.
No, I mean like about everything that I said. I don't want to hold on to that, or should I?
Oh, I'm not. I mean, you can tell them if you want. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm probably gonna forget tomorrow.
You're quite drunk.
Getting that sacramental wine, huh?
Okay.
Are you guys
So I think we
walking?
should go to this town and we should steal something important or very sentimental to get his attention.
Is this a real feeling you're getting, or is it something you want to do?
I
Those are two separate
no. I
feelings.
think I really don't want to die, but I think that praying is not the way necessarily to get the attention of this god.
It has to be something.
It would have to be an action.
Okay, did some pretty good action so far.
Yeah, but I think we need to do more. I think he's not impressed.
One last
Oh,
job.
I think we
We
need
get
to-
in, we steal the diamonds.
I think we need to impress him.
Frost steals the chieftain's daughter's virginity.
On
Oh my god.
and before we leave, while the shrine is still set up, I'll let do a quick little prayer to Pelennor. And
Okay.
give thanks for this moment of like open communication and honesty.
All right. Do you, anything in particular, like, or you just like, oh, this was a great talk.
This is a great talk. It made me think of your teachings. Like,
All right.
very gentle.
Okay. Roll me religion.
I'm picturing like one of those door-to-door Mormon guys who is walking away really psyched that he actually got to talk to
25.
I
somebody.
can only imagine the guy being like, hey, you just planned on stealing shit. Fuck off.
So with a 25, you get, you can hear something on the wind. It's not the rustling. You're sure it's not rustling of leaves in this rather windy evening. But it's not quite a voice either. It's kind of like its own, like a deep hum that you would hear like on an old lady on a farm kind of hum. You know what I mean?
The turtle noise?
No. No. But it's a deep humming sound that you can faintly make out through the rustling of the trees.
Sounds like a song.
Not a song, just a
I love that tune.
Yeah.
Like a deep cicada kind of hum.
Yeah.
But it's a noticeable. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Wine on the fire. You know.
Okay. You guys walk back. Right? Are you doing anything else? Okay.
So you guys get back, and I'm just like, and that was the third time I got kicked out of the faculty kitchen, and that's how I found out Loxodons have a very good sense of smell.
Can I look around and see if everyone else is awake or if some people asleep? Just
What time is it?
It's getting around 9 o'clock now. Give me just a general perception check.
Yeah, we want to do that.
Joppa convinced me to touch his ball, guys.
It's a cloaca. Know the anatomy.
Ew.
Nothing to do with what we were saying whatsoever.
Yikes.
We just walk back into camp.
I got a 6.
It seems like everyone else is still awake.
Everyone's awake.
Don't want to know.
Karina?
Yeah.
As Joppa has convinced you to touch this ball orb-esque thing.
I don't know if I'm really convinced. She asked me, and I said, "You do you."
No. I said, should I touch it? And he said yes.
I did furiously under my breath go.
As you touch it, nothing happens.
It's in my backpack.
Huh?
You touch it, nothing happens.
Nothing happens!
Hey!
You know.
Why are we celebrating?
Because she's not hurt.
Oh,
Okay.
Wonderful.
Can we discern anything?
You pick it up, nothing happens.
I can touch it!
Okay,
Hold it over my
Okay,
head.
back in the back. Back in the back.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Wolfgang goes up while she's holding it, and just one claw lightly touches it.
Do you have any spell slots available?
I actually... Has it been a short rest since the Limia thing?
Yes.
While this is happening, I would like to Arcana check the moment that it is happening.
Okay, roll an Arcana check.
I'm also watching with interest.
Yes, I have a spell slot.
You lose your spell slot.
I
Perfect.
just touched it!
As soon as you touch it, you feel the spell slot leave your body.
23.
Son of a bitch!
You said Arcana?
I have
It's whatever's inside the orb is
Unnatural
is
20.
innately just draining the magic straight into it.
Something else is inside.
Whatever's inside the orb is draining the magic.
I tell her there's a physical thing inside the orb, or is
No,
it
you can
whatever?
tell it's not the outside, but it's something inside of it.
Okay, I feel like I just stuck my finger in an electrical socket. Karina, that's kind of taking all our magic, so in my scholarly advice, whack it with your hammer.
Whoa.
What? It's made of Ephron.
But I can hold it!
It took my spell, I want it back, and it's in there.
That's not how
Give
it
it another
works.
day. I say we
It's my spell and I want it now!
put it back in the bag.
It's in my back.
We can revisit this when we get to the town when we can talk to somebody about it.
You just see Wolfgang eyeing a particularly large rock he knows he can lift above his head.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have the spell slots back tomorrow.
I want to ask if we can have a powwow before we go to bed.
You went into the woods to talk about
Yeah.
religion. Did y'all try ayahuasca out there?
Well,
What else do you want to talk about?
So I just wanted to go around and talk to everyone and say that I went into the woods and I asked for religion assistance basically, and we both think we got a really decent answer, but if you wanted to be a part of it because it's part of my religion.
If not, that's okay.
I got a big
I'm
heist
not
coming
so
out.
much a religious person as much a
Okay.
subordinate of a demon. So
Okay,
I'm
so we
gonna
don't
stay clear.
Okay.
I'm not
I wanna
overly religious,
steal
but I'll help
something.
you out.
Of great importance to grab Lumire's attention.
We're gonna go steal something.
I can respect
Is
it.
that
but can it
why
not
you've been so
affect
shady
what
about
we're
stuff?
doing?
Yeah, but I also wanted to talk more about the powwow. The reason I was hiding is I wanted to pray to him and see how it went. But I got 2 other Ds, but I don't want them.
You know,
So-
you could have just told us this whole time that you're doing weird shit for that.
I
Then
know,
it's not
but
as mysterious.
But it's not as
Learning now.
mysterious, and it doesn't make me look good to my.
But
It
he's-
doesn't make me look good to Lumir.
He's fine. He's
A
fine.
red fox came and blessed me.
Thick
Fox?
Yes.
Bro.
His fate.
Yes.
Frost, thick as
It's
thieves. Let's go steal
It's
something
fine.
rather
If we
fun
can
and
just-
possibly
As long as it doesn't
magical.
It looks like we're doing nothing
we
but
can-
weird, bad shit anyway. So
I know if we can arrange it so it doesn't affect
The food as a whole.
the grand scheme of whatever we're trying to
We'll
accomplish,
kill
then
your
I'm fine
cousin.
with it.
We'll kill your cousin in time.
We'll just do a
We'll get
blessing.
there.
I would also like I'd like to not affect our standing in certain cities.
is
like
anybody
we have been.
is anybody writing down a to-do list on this?
Yeah.
It's just like kill cousin.
Kill
Steal
cousin.
thing of great
Stop
importance.
portal slave trade.
I'm not writing anything down. I'm talking to you about the red fox because I think
You
that's
like-
amazing,
Visit
and I'm
the
still
wall
reading my book at the
for-
same time. So I'm like, yeah,
So
cool.
I'm telling you all about my experience
Out of
seeing a
giant
fox,
viewers.
how it dissipated and everything.
You
I
turned
thought,
into dust.
yes, and I thought it was very magical. I thought it was a good
Can
sign.
I roll? Can I see what that might be?
You absolutely can roll a religion check.
Oh boy. And you have the dust with you.
I thought it dissipated, not that it was
Okay,
there.
my bad.
Basically got blown away by the wind.
Yeah. So it was
That's a
just
solid 3.
magical.
I rolled a nat 1. I have a +2 on religion.
Yeah, well,
It's
you
a
know,
fox.
religion is indeed a thing in the world.
Hey, good.
You
You're
know that?
absolutely
You
sure
know,
of it.
There's these things. They're stronger than us. We call them gods. That's roughly about how it works.
Anyone else doing anything
Yeah, I don't
else
believe
this
in those.
evening?
I think we're about ready to figure out if we can spell slots back in the morning.
Yes, I would still like to make a case we just crack the damn thing open.
No.
Let's wait until we can
Who
talk to
wants to
somebody
take
we
first
know.
watch with me?
Sure.
I'll spend the first 10 minutes just ritual casting alarm in my general area
Okay.
in case anything with ill intent towards us comes near us.
Weren't you going to bring back Snickerdoodle?
Oh, wait.
I don't have a brazier to do that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What about Snickerdoodle?
Snickerdoodle's dead.
Tomorrow's thing.
Wait.
I allowed it that one time.
Yeah, but
But not again.
could he use the campfire?
No,
Or
it
does
has to be a
have-
brass brazier. I allowed it
has
the
to
one
actually
time.
be, okay.
So, I picked up the alarm for my book. I'm just going to do that as a ritual.
And Karina and Saren, you're taking first watch. Please roll perception checks.
I'll take a second.
That is 21. 19 plus 2. Yeah. Well, your watch is relatively smooth. For a moment, you thought a herd of deer were about to come charge through your little campsite, but then they walked away.
I'll
The
take second watch with.
I'll take the last one.
Frost on that one.
Oh,
See your watches?
I want to see if I can find
you could split it up into 3 if you wanted to. It'd be a little weird, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
but again, Karina and Saren, your watch is pretty normal.
So as I'm getting up, my long rest is over. Do I get?
Your long rest isn't just about yet over.
Okay.
I'll let you know when you've had your long rest, boyo.
I'm getting a full night's sleep.
Can I interject? Yeah, sure.
Actually, in that interest,
In
should
the
drop a
time
do you want to like not
Karina and I
take rest
are
and make sure you
keeping
get
watch,
full
I just want to
night's
talk
rest?
to her a little bit.
No, I'm okay because
Hey,
I also
Karina.
got good berries and stuff.
Okay.
Karina, how have you been feeling lately? About
Fine.
Well, I mean-
physically.
for
Fine.
this family business that you were
Oh.
dealing with. Because I know that it's been bothering you. You weren't very vocal about it recently, but I wanted to make sure that you were doing all right.
My cousin is obviously still a concern, but I think he's kind of way ahead of us in a sense. Like
That I can understand.
it's not something we can necessarily deal with right now. But the dreams were kind of
The dream.
yeah, that was weird. Do you know about
Have you been telling
No.
me?
No, I don't know.
Jump is the only one you
shit.
know about.
awkward?
Who knows
Well,
about
now
the
you know
dreams?
about the
Well,
dreams.
you learned too. She
Do
asked.
tell
Oh,
me
yeah,
more
that's
about
true.
these dreams.
I'm asleep, so.
Awkward.
Do tell me more.
Basically, like images were being sent to my dreams, right?
Yeah.
And just trying to figure out if it has anything to do with. Oh my God. If it has anything to do with whatever family history I have Brilliant.
That
So long as you're alright. Just wanted to know for everything as well.
Thank you.
is that all you'd like to talk about?
For the time being.
All right, second watch. Roll me perception checks.
I feel that she'll tell me more when she's ready to. If at all.
That's either really good or really bad.
14.
15.
Whew.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are looking up. You guys are sitting 5 feet apart from each other, you know, looking up at the sky a little bit. This is a boring ass night.
Well, earlier that day, I did cast Goodberry. I give him 5, and we're just gonna sit across from each other. Roll into each other's mouths.
I'd like to specify based on that, if anything does trigger my alarm, I'd like it to be an audible trigger that wakes us all up.
What's your alarm round?
Like a 20-foot area in front of me. Where I am, where I'm sleeping.
So where are we in relation to you?
Are
Are we within his circle?
Oh, shit.
Are you, Matt?
Yes, you guys are. I guess you guys are. You guys
Do
having
we-
watch near us?
Do we trigger the alarm when we leave?
No. It's specific. I can specify what
Okay.
sets the alarm off, and I
Okay.
specify that it's anything with ill intent towards us.
Okay.
I knew it.
So
Those
we're
good
just-
berries were out to get us.
Shooting the shit. Hey?
Fucking giggle.
How exactly do you?
You're strong. I have a hammer.
I don't know if I should really be that close to it.
I should either.
I don't know.
Especially in the back.
We have a couple more days till town.
I'm hoping that I can figure out what this is. And either try to make a focus out of it. And give it to you.
It seems
Just-
pretty
because it would
negative.
just be, well, maybe it's not, who knows. Or put it inside a weapon. And maybe when I hit you with the weapon, they lose the spell slot.
Oh my god.
It's just the idea.
That would be interesting.
This-
That would be really interesting.
this-
I
this-
get on the end of a stick. And
Just slap
This
somebody
is
with your.
this was rattling in my head when I was
I
staring
think
at
we
it all
hold.
day.
I think with that thought in mind, if we hold on to it, Karina and I already have an idea for some blacksmithing when we get to town. You know that axe that she found?
Yeah.
We want to see if we can get the axe in her hammer, kind of.
I don't want to put the orb in the cracks.
No. We don't have to put it in the axe hammer, but we can put this on our to-do list of
Chainsaw
weapon
shotgun laser
buildings.
Yeah.
in town.
I will have.
So we can have two. If it works out, we
You
could theoretically have
to call
two
it ultimate
extremely
weapon,
strong
and you have
weapons
to
on
do
our
the
side.
Final Fantasy VII celebration.
We have to we need to have somebody research it.
Find out.
As your watch comes to an end, you notice the red planetoid that orbits the moon. You can see it kind of pass.
What do I know about astrology? Astronomy.
Roll me an intelligence check and let's find out.
What would I know?
Gemini.
Roll me an intelligence and let's find out.
What was it?
Intelligence.
And there
That was a natural 20.
Okay.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Are you
For a
kidding me?
22.
Both of
For
you.
a 24.
Both of you just rolled nat 20s.
Don't worry,
Nice.
they blew it on
Fuck me.
that.
Yeah, you guys blew your nat 20s on an astrology lesson.
It's important.
You know what you guys know about this red planet?
Nah.
You guys know that this red planet has orbited the moon for as long as anyone knows in history. Probably since the beginning of time. The red planet itself, you can't, obviously, without telescopes, you cannot see what its atmosphere is like, its terrain. But what some people theorize is when you're on the red planet, magic is incredibly increased to the point that a level 1 spell slot acts as a level 9 spell slot.
So is that something that he knows from being something he knows as being a druid, or is that something that I read from a book in the church?
It's a collective.
The collective. Okay.
Would there be
Did
any
you say
in particular
When
information?
you're on the red
Yeah.
They assume because
Well,
it
Picture
exuberates
Superman
magic.
on Earth
So,
versus Superman on
If
Krypton.
we're having this little powwow sit down about the stars and the moons and planets and shit,
You guys are getting stoned.
It's like the end of the Pokemon movie where the two Meowths are staring at the moon.
Yeah.
It's like that.
so what is it that I'm sharing with him that he never knew and that I knew because I was a druid, and what is it that I never knew but he knew from the library?
Oh, you want individual information?
Yeah.
So you both know that this planet is like
If you go on it, it probably has a ton of magic on it, especially because no one else is there. Yeah, as a druid, you know that this planet comes relatively close to ours, probably once every 15 years. So you're right now you're probably hitting that 15-year period where it is getting really close, but not close enough to interfere with our world. And Igor,
To the moon!
Alice, one of these days.
I mean, if you'd like to try to get to the moon, you can certainly try. Find
You
something.
go.
Has anybody ever been?
No one's been on the planets. But Igor, what you do know is that after many books have been written by a numerous amount of authors, that this planet seems to have a similar atmosphere. There's water, there are plants, probably not the exact same as ours, and there are clouds. So, and I mean, you guys will revolve around a similar solar
Nobody's
system.
even ever planar ships to it?
It's on a different plane. You can't get there by planar ship.
It's on the same plane.
Can you teleport if you can teleport if you see it?
You could try. That's a lot of spell slots.
A lot of spell slots.
Like, I don't know how many. Like, Misty Step alone is only 30 feet. So, like,
When the moon is at its closest. at
Dimension
equinox,
door. Dimension
the
door
door
is
is
500
100 or
500 feet.
500 feet. I mean, you could definitely try if you
I
wanted
mean, like
to.
a level 20 sorcerer would have, what,
Alex,
maybe 5
Alex,
dimension
you
doors
should
at
use
their
your
disposal?
tunic to become accustomed in astrophysics and rocketry.
That's true.
Just powered with fireballs for me.
Just fireball.
I mean, if you could make a teleportation circle on a big fucking rock and just launch it at that planet, you could teleport there. No, that's too hard. That's too hard. That's a bad idea. Forget that.
We're a band of idiots. I don't know.
I think those good berries weren't good berries.
You guys are gonna be the first astronauts.
Those good
in
berries
D&D.
went a little
Do we-
stale.
Do we wake up while they're having this idiocy?
I think that bear meat's getting to me.
And you guys, now you all get the benefits of a long rest.
And all our spell slots back.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
really.
Yes.
Oh, Christ, yes.
I'm expecting to say no.
I know, right?
I was waiting for the note. I was looking at Sean like, oh, here it comes.
Okay,
No,
so
no,
in
he's
that
got nothing to
case,
complain about. I only have 2 spell slots.
I know.
I'm a warlock. I
first thing
can't
in the
afford it.
morning, before we go out on our journey, just tell everybody else, we get into this town, we're looking to start upgrading with stuff that we have. We've acquired quite a bit of money the past week or so. We have an idea for Karina's weapon, and we have a new idea for a weapon for any one of us to wield, but we want to see if it's even possible with this weird spell slot stealing orb thing.
We can sell the dates that I
That's an idea.
What are the other deeds for?
one was for land, one was for shop, and then there's a flip ship. So there's 3 left.
So,
You gave me the deeds of the Ice Blade.
well, yeah, you
No,
have the
there's
weapon. You
I
have
have
the
the
ships.
cannon.
And did I give
Yeah.
you the
There's a
blueprint
shop
for it, or
and
am I still holding the blueprint?
I think you're still holding the blueprint, but if you want to give it to me, I can hold on to it.
Who has the best capability of preserving paperwork and books in our party?
That would probably
That
be
would
between
be
Wolf and I.
We should
I literally-
probably have him start collecting our. We should start organizing
Should
this
we-
as a
Am I
group,
going to be the
guys.
accountant?
Not accountant, more like your art
You
file
want to-
cabinet.
You want to take some time tonight, and you and I can copy the blueprint?
Just
I
transfer.
would love that. I've got a few spare tomes for my research novels. We can copy it into.
Okay,
You think
so
we
we'll
could
start
make
recording
copies
that
of
stuff
these and sell them?
during our trip.
Fake ones.
Is anyone here
Um,
good? Is anyone here good at forgery?
I mean, I would assume
I don't-
probably.
I don't
Are
know.
you
How do you know if you're
proficient
good
in
at
forgery?
If you have
Yeah.
proficiency with a forgery kit and a high
That's not just pieces.
forgery
Yeah.
is different, and a high dex is what you would like to have.
Alright, so I'm just trying to look on here. What would that be in? Like,
Proficiency.
I this guy's got loot and thieves schools. I don't have the forgery yet.
Okay, so if we find a Kenku.
We could probably make possible fake other deeds and get more money.
I don't know if we should try forging deeds. That seems a little morally gray, and that's me saying
What
that.
if we just change our appearance, though? So that way they don't know what we actually look like.
I've already got one slave trader that recognizes one of my go-to faces. I'd like to not make a habit that all of my disguised self faces are Kryptons.
Why not make
Just
yourself
use that
look like
same one
him?
then.
Why not make yourself look like him as you're selling the deeds?
That's terrifyingly possible. Guys, what's the over-under that I get in more trouble if I disguise myself to look as a high-powered slave trader trying to sell forged deeds?
Depends on.
I
if you
mean,
feel
they
you're
would be
gonna caught
looking
by
for
somebody
him
that knows
because
him.
you know what he looks like, so it'd be relatively easy versus what we look like.
Honestly, you didn't try offering the deeds to that god, did you?
No, I gave my memory of what I did.
Offered the act of...
I think
I
you should
offered
offer
the
them.
act. You think I should offer the deeds?
Yeah. At least one or two.
You should burn. What does the god need with a summer home?
Burn them?
Just the act.
You should have burned them an offering. Yeah. I feel it's too
How about
material
next
for
time?
it.
Okay, here's the idea.
Not all of them. Let's hold on to we have land, building, and
A bull.
boat.
Okay, what's better than a very high-priced
It's
theft
easier.
for a theft god?
It's easier
What
to
we
sell an object. We can possibly sell the boat one. We can possibly sell the building one. Land one. I mean, I guess land would be.
Here's
That's
the
just
thought.
high.
If we're looking for how to appease a god of thievery, what is the higher theft than stealing something very expensive?
A boat would be the most
Offering
expensive.
that
Unless
god,
the land is a lot of land.
offering that god a
That's pretty-
forgery,
I
in
don't
essence,
remember, I don't have
stealing
one.
the god's offering.
What?
We make a forgery of the deed. We offer the forged deed to the god, and thereby
That's
steal
such a
the offering from the god themselves, making it a full circle of thievery.
I say that. Hold on.
I don't want to
Real quick.
betray my
Fair
god.
warning,
I
I'm
We're
a
having all
warlock.
this
I have
conversation on the
bad
road.
Oh my
ideas.
god.
Okay.
First of all.
So
I do
who's
not-
driving?
I do not think we should.
Who's
Wait,
driving?
I'm
We should
not-
just see if we
I'm
got
Alright.
not-
Roll animal handling.
I do not want to
Animal
steal from my
handling?
Yes,
god.
please.
Come on, Karina, you got this. Yeah, girl.
You're next to me, right?
Oh,
What if I steal
15.
someone's heart?
It's not bad. It's they do get a little restless under your control, but you kind of manage to get them going on
Listen,
the right
I
way.
just expect a lot
So
I
we have
expected
land
better from you,
We
building.
Mr.
gotta
Ed.
know.
You're making your way downtown.
As far as I'm concerned, we're just
We're
beelining.
on the
Where
road.
we want to just montage this.
Well, there's only one thing I want to do today. If it's
The
an
heart
off
scene in
day,
Skyrim, you're saying?
if this is just basically a travel day, nothing important is happening.
I'll give that 3 more days.
Could
Yeah.
you possibly
Yeah.
create a brass brazier?
I'm gonna create a brass brazier.
Okay.
My tunic.
You got him.
Just pulls one out of his
Alright, I take the components of everything, I take the time, and I cast Find Familiar. And after the time, another fiendish raven pops up. Guys, Snickerdoodle 2!
Welcome back,
Alright.
Snickerdoodle.
I'll call this one Ginger Snap.
And Grazier's Comp.
Alright, kids. You're on the road again.
On the road again.
What are things that I can do to like better my skills? Like,
Well, you can't better. Let me be very clear about
okay,
this.
yeah.
In periods of downtime,
Yeah,
you can do trainings. You gain proficiencies. Get any other bonuses to whatever your skills are.
You
But
generally have to have a guide. in some form.
you do have to have a guide for them, usually, unless it is a skill that doesn't necessarily require a guide. Medicine is one that would require a guide. Sleight of the hand is one that doesn't necessarily.
I have considerable proficiency in medicine, so if anybody wants to learn, I can teach.
Can I like?
Or
Play
yeah,
around with my
you
move?
could teach people as a natural proficiency with medicine.
Yeah.
But you're gaining proficiency with your tunics doesn't allow you.
Yes, that's fine.
Can I like practice with my move to be a better player?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like play songs, but try to expand more. I guess. I'm an entertainer, so.
Well, guys, that's what we're gonna call it for this session. Thanks for joining us on our this amazing party's little panic of what we're doing next. Our early
3 days of
campaign
travel,
crisis.
what we're
Guys, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify and iTunes. Got them this
Forgetting
time,
about iTunes.
right?
Everybody forgets about iTunes.
But anyways, guys, roll for perception, and we hope to see you next time. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Roll For It. Guys, it's good to be back. Back in the saddle again. You know,
Saddles?
of course we are. We're gonna, everyone is here. If you guys want to say hi, you can. You don't have to.
Hi.
Greetings.
And salutations.
Alright, cool. Anyways, we're gonna give a little recap, and then we're gonna hop right into our session here tonight. The party had left the den of the Lima. And, we're kind of confused at what they should do next. They weren't really sure of themselves. Maybe they wanted to go back to Quallen and kill Giuseppe. Maybe they just want to go back to Quallen. Maybe...
It's still not a bad idea. We'll circle back around to that in a year or two.
Just weren't quite sure what they wanted to do just yet. And then they just decided, hey, let's just go to the next town up, Sel'Fey.
Hey, we got a plan. There's a place we're going towards.
I need to update Rita.
Rita.
We need to visit blacksmiths.
At least that's my
And Igor and Frost had a nice little religious powwow. Karina touched a weird arcane absorbing orb. And
Karina just touching everything.
And Wolf and Saren had some regalings of tales from the past or whatever they did, while everyone else did stuff. They woke up and were on their way. Day 2, the journey to Sel'Fey. That's where we're picking up. You guys are on the road. You guys got 3 more days of downtime. Anything you'd like to do during your downtime in particular?
I'd like to work with Igor on maybe picking up some of the ritual spells the clerics know.
Alright. Roll me 2 Arcana checks at disadvantage.
Oh. That's technically not actually something that is training and learning. It's just a feature of a Pact of the Tome Warlock. I can transcribe.
Transcribe requires you to have something to read off of.
Can I write down the spells?
No. Because that requires arcane ink.
I have arcane ink.
How many spells would you like to learn, and how much arcane ink do you have?
I have 1 quill of magic ink.
Can you make
And
more
I-
magic?
What?
Can you make more ink magic?
Where'd you
I
get it
bought
so you
this.
can make
I
one?
have one one little bottle of magic ink. I picked it up a while ago. For this exact purpose. It's like a full little ink quill inkwell.
So,
No, it's
Would
my
your tunic
pack.
be able to help
Okay,
you with that?
My tome.
Yes,
My
yes,
tome
yes,
is the magic paper.
Igor, would your tunic be able to help you with
My
that?
tunic cannot make magic items.
then Igor, if you roll a
Here we go.
performance check, because you are still not working off you are not working off of an actual scroll to transcribe into your book, but rather you are watching someone and transcribing what you see into the book. Igor, I'll let you roll at advantage,
Knowing what I'm gonna ask.
and you have to get an 18
On both?
on both of the checks. Or how many? You have 1 inkwell, so you probably get three ritual spells.
Really? 1 inkwell only goes for 3 spells? Okay,
Because a spell is not simply writing down what you see,
then I
but
would.
visual.
Then I'll probably only go with 2 detect poison, purified food, and should I learn gentle repose? We haven't really encountered undead baddies that
I've
keep
never
coming back
used
after we
it.
put them down. Yeah, I'll just do the 2. So detect poison and purify food. So I still got 1 left in the tank.
Cool. What is it? Performance?
Yeah,
1 is a modified 20.
Well, you get advantage on these rolls, so
okay.
you got 1 spell down. Let's see what the next.
That one.
Wait, you only
An
rolled 1
advantage?
on that.
Yeah, because this was a 19. I'm going to keep this one.
No. That's for the first spell. You roll for advantage.
You roll
You
advantage
for
on both
advantage
of
for
them.
the second one entirely.
I thought it was 1 dice for 1.
No.
Cocked, but it's a natural 20. It's just cocked.
It is, as far as
I know.
Either that or 16, and what would 16 be?
That's 6.
So what's a 16 turn into?
Oh, a 16 would have turned into a 17.
So you learn 1 spell.
I'll take purify. Have we run that much into disease?
No.
No, and I can even prep
Yeah.
spells for that. kind of
Okay, so
stuff.
I'll take purify food and drink in case we find ourselves in a rough spot. So just the one. Yeah.
I want to purify my bear meat.
Oh yeah, I will do that. So I learned that, and in return, give something, take something, and give something. I spend the first 10 minutes after I learn it purifying the rancid bear meat that
Okay.
Igor is carrying around.
Your bear meat is now fresh as a whistle, good enough to eat.
Sick.
Anything else for your next 3 days that you'd like to do?
You realize you
Go
could have
hunting,
cast that
around
yourself, right?
places
I know,
for,
but you
small
just learned
game
it.
and stuff
Okay.
like that.
I want to say I've
One of
been,
my
Give me a survival check.
I've been making this little thing to put on the back of the carriage to hold a little bit of Jess.
Okay.
I knew
A
it was
bird
coming.
feeder,
Yeah,
per se? Okay.
yeah, but like specifically for him.
So you're gonna roll me an intelligence check.
Just write Jeff on it.
Yes.
It's just a straight intelligence check. That is
Does
the
know how to write.
moving around. It was a 5.
Oh,
I rolled a 5.
Why does everything I
I
have
don't
to
see
do with
tracks.
Jeff end
You don't really catch
tragedy?
anything.
Oh, you're here. Hold on.
Kismet.
Oh, yeah, tragedy. That's a 12.
I want you to know, you don't have any building materials. So as you're doing this, you're
Let's
thinking,
look a piece of wood like off a tree.
all right. As you're driving, you take a piece of wood off a tree and you kind of put it down. And you go, this should be good, and it falls off.
That's the lead roll without the corner again.
Anything else you'd like to do in your little 3-day trip?
If you wanted to prep
Does
some
anybody-
rituals, I could actually learn those from you.
I mean,
You have third level spells, right?
yeah, but you have access to the entire what druidic spell at third level would you want to learn? 'Cause
The only
there's a
the only four are Feign Death, Meld into Stone, Water Breathing, and Water Walk.
I can prep them and then teach them to you.
Or Locate Animals at second level. Plants and Animals. Never mind. We'll circle around to that another time. I'm good.
Oh, I have bloom combat.
Okay.
I would like.
Does anybody have any books I can read?
I have a poison book and it's a boxy book.
As we
I'll take any book that
are
you
we-
guys want to hand over.
Are we driving?
You're currently driving.
I mean, haven't been stopping each night.
Well, that's up to you guys. Are you stopping each night?
I think we should.
If you don't, you take 3 points of exhaustion.
I think that's a compelling case. Wait, 3 levels of exhaustion?
3 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, I think we should stop.
When we camp, I would like to take the tunic. Well, I was on the woods.
Yeah.
Go into the woods and just get really mad.
Why?
I want to almost rage out.
I want to go into the
Okay.
woods and rage.
Can any of us notice this?
How far are you walking away?
Well, actually, no. I want to go.
Okay,
Anyway, I want to come with me.
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you show me how to rage? I need to get really mad.
Okay. So
How do you rage? How do you get
think
mad?
about the thing that has just pissed you off most in life. What is?
Besides Tempest dying and the church kicking me out,
Oh no, think about
it would
that.
probably
Think about it.
probably be
It's boxy
the
and poison.
turtle smell of Java.
So it's epoxy history.
Don't like
I feel like that's more of a general annoyance. Like you'll get like angry at it, but if you want to rage, like
Yeah, I
you need
wanna rage and I
You
wanna think
need
about like Tempest being killed, obviously killed,
No, I understand.
and like being booted from the church and like losing my one shred of identity, having like not.
Remember those clerics that tried to kill you because they thought you did it? That had to be
Yeah,
pretty
that
fucking
too.
annoying.
I want to rage super hard.
Okay.
Thinking about that,
Do you want
and then
to
as like,
try and hold Rita?
and then like,
Chop down a tree.
and then like as like,
I eat my lunch.
as I'm like red faced and like breaking a sweat, I want to rip off the tunic, and then put it at him.
Now you're just bare ass.
Hold on, you want to what?
I'm gonna put it
Oh,
at
you're
him.
gonna
Because that's who's the
okay,
god
that's
of
lame.
rage, destruction, and smithing.
So
I'm
first,
gonna get mad, destroy shit, and take the tunic off and pray. Oh yeah.
first I want you to give me a Constitution save.
Why?
Guys, is it just me or is Igor having like a really bad rager in the woods right now?
That's a 12.
With
Okay.
what?
You're good. You're raging. You didn't pop any blood vessels.
No, because that's a bad thing. Yeah, popping gloves is bad.
And then give me your religion check. And are there any words you're saying in particular for your little?
Lots of swearing.
Okay.
I'm expressing that I'm angry. It's not a...
Karina's learning a few new swear words as she looks at this.
She's writing them down.
Religion?
Hell
I didn't
yes.
know that language. Okay.
Motherfucking
27.
It was a 19 plus 5 plus 3.
Wow.
Wow.
We're just hearing this from back in the camp. It's like
It's a lot of
the dwarvish language is so beautiful. I wish I understood it.
So, as you take the tunic off and you put it on the ground, and
roll it up.
you want to throw it on the ground,
It's destruction. I want to be mad.
as it hits the ground, you can see there's a weird air. Like, it was still a little breezy this evening, and now dead.
The rare air.
No, there's no movement of the air around you at all. It kind of starts to feel a little stagnant, and your
No
tunic
longer
glows
special.
a little bit,
Are you glowing?
and then it stops.
I'll put it off.
Okay.
Close now. Sorry I had to see that.
I don't know. Do dwarves do it for you?
Karina, take 1 point of scarred for life.
Thank you. Thank you, Karina. I think that was a good sign. I think. I'm working on something.
Okay. You guys coming back to the...
Yeah.
So that was the
So
fifth
well-
time I got kicked out of the faculty kitchen.
So,
May I ask about Bolvenir?
Oh
How is he? I don't even know.
Who is he?
He's just
Wait,
scary to
how
me.
is he or who is he? 'Cause
I
there's
don't
two
know,
different answers.
because like he tried to make you steal something that wasn't yours, and he kind of looks really pissed at you.
I think the lovely thing about you asking about this now is you guys are asking about a demonic presence over a campfire at night. And I'm just like, the creepy old dragon, like, yes, let me tell you about the demon that lives in my head.
But seriously though, I don't know what
Okay.
he's like.
So,
It's a dude.
I know pretty much the whole spiel with Bolvenir, right?
Yeah, more
the
or less.
whole ordeal with the fiends.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
learning about it because I've been reading his book.
Yes, I shared my Tome of Eldritch Beings with.
When you're reading the Tome of Warlock Patrons, you do notice you see Fangborn in there. And he's someone that you read about in the one before the 8. It is a... to say an offspring is to put it the most accurately as one could, of a combination of one of two of Zyra's children.
Okay, so basically all the patrons have kind of been jamming about for almost forever. Some of them have popped up over the centuries, others have kind of just been primordial beings. The fiends, they kind of got the raw end of the deal when the 8 ascended, and the ascended kind of wrecked their shit. There's not too many left not in hell anymore, and one of them is Bolvenir. He's not a fighter. He's powerful. He
He's
will
not much
wreck
of a
my
lover
shit.
either.
He will wreck my shit neat ways to hell. But really, he's just kind of powwowing in his own little fiendish demi-plane of knowledge and hoarding.
I'm sorry, but all I hear is fiend and wreck my shit.
Yes. How else? What do you
Why
think?
would you serve someone who's more likely to turn on you?
Promise not to laugh.
It was a good deal.
What was?
I will not.
What did you sacrifice?
Oh, no. I didn't really
Like, why did you
sacrifice.
choose? And like, what did you
He
have to
actually
sacrifice?
approached me. Remember the promise not to laugh thing that I believe your silence was implicit? Yes, to. He's a fan of my writing.
How do we know that?
I don't know if I ever actually shared that.
Oh, good.
He
Like how to
actually
make
said
like
that
how
he
to
was
make
a fan of
turtle
your writing?
stew. Like he likes that book out of all of the books you've
That
made.
one's not his favorite. There's other favorites. Others I'm not particularly proud of that I wrote, but I needed the money.
which one is his favorite?
Oh, I'm curious. Yeah, what is his favorite?
The lusty Arco Green made.
Why don't you ask him?
So your patron likes
He's
erotica.
waiting on the sequel. Actually, that's
So
one
they
of
like
our
erotica.
deals.
Hold
so they
on.
like erotica.
Time out.
No, that's
Is
just
this
him.
Jiraiya?
Fiendish Jiraiya.
Part of the deal is he gets first crack at my manuscripts. Apparently, second part of the deal is I pick up any Ascendant relics for him. I didn't
Well,
know
what is he
that when I
gonna
made
do
the
with
deal.
them? Well,
He's a collector. Ever since the fiends got locked away in whatever places they squirreled away in, they've just been trying to... It's like when your crazy uncle holds up in a cabin. He's not sure when the government's going to come for him, but he's going to make damn sure that if they do, he's going to be ready.
I don't know.
It
He
hasn't
looked
struck
pretty
you as
angry.
odd
He hurt you,
that
man.
he survived
so...
this purge, so to speak, and
He's-
now he wants these weapons?
They haven't been active. He's told me this. These items
In
are
any
only
case.
just getting active,
In
and
any case.
he wants to either take them off the board or just make sure he's okay in case he gets found.
You know
He
he's
can't
pretty
take
angry.
You know what it
all
sounds
off the
like,
board.
right? He's hoarding them for himself. To
Yeah,
fuck
from
you
the
and
Ascendant.
everybody over.
So because
That's
he's
exactly-
your biggest fan. you
And
trust
he
him with
kind
your
of
life.
has my soul in a vice grip.
And you're saying more than
But
one
that's
of
a
these
smaller thing.
more than one or two
Oh,
of
clearly.
these things have been getting active? We've only seen two
I
of
just
these things.
gesture at Igor's tunic.
I know, no, we've only seen two of these things, but he's saying that there's more that are happening?
Are you being
logically,
told to
there's one
grab
for
all
each
of them?
guy. I may,
Are you on a
if
journey?
I come across, I'm not on any journey.
Oh,
I'm doing my
no,
own
that's
thing
not
for my
good.
own profession.
How
No,
many
from
are
what
there?
we've been able to tell, every time we
Well,
come across one of
he's
these,
always
He's
twice,
saying that there's more
the
than
Balvanir's jumped in,
sure there's more.
pitched his shit, and demanded it.
Balvanir
How do you
is
not- how do you
Balvanir
sure
is
he's
a
not
little
manipulating
intrigued by
them?
the fact he's apparently made this deal with my past ancestors. I did not know that either.
And what happened
So
to
that's
them when
part
they
of
didn't?
that's part of how he
So
kept
you
an eye on me.
So you
He
inherited him?
sort of already had his eye on me, and then he took an intrigue in my studies and my writing and my tiptoeing into the arcane. And that's how he decided he would extend his offer to me next in our line.
How magnanimous.
None of my other ancestors had the opportunity for him to ask of them. He doesn't know why, but he's just lucking out on me running into this stuff. He's glad because he wants me to get it for him. He doesn't want them activated. He wants them in their seal form, the least
He's a
powerful. So
collector.
he doesn't want them fully awakened
That sounds like a lie.
because he can't touch them. Then he wants them.
that
like,
sounds like a
he
lie.
wants- No, he's stopped asking for the tunic because he can't do jack shit with the tunic now. He can't.
Real quick, Igor, roll me a Constitution check.
No.
What?
Wait, what?
Keep going.
That's a 21.
Keep going.
You don't have explosive
Can I do some
diarrhea.
insight to him and see, like,
Yeah, if
if
you
he's
really
just
want to.
really naive and he doesn't realize
Yeah,
that
roll an insight.
his-
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be the first to admit.
because
I
you
made a
seem
deal.
brainwashed.
I made a deal with a fiend because I wanted more power to get better resource material for my writing material. I've been told that in hindsight that might not have been a good idea.
He's telling the
Not
truth.
honesty here, he's
Does-
just-
He doesn't seem like he's dumb. He just
He's
seems
just-
like
Wait, no,
just
so
the
does
truth.
that mean he feels like Volnir is telling the truth? So, but does that mean he's brainwashed, though?
No.
That doesn't...
It just means that he's naive.
Wolvenir is not really known for brainwashing.
What is he known for?
There's
Brain
patrons.
crushing.
There's patrons known for brainwashing. I believe our friend Joppa here had a recent run-in with one of them, and it didn't end so well.
Oh,
Oh, the...
Mr.
blonde-
Tentacles.
Warlocks that are disciples of those that are partial to screwing with your brain. Wolvenir is not really known for that. He's literally known just as a collector.
How did me fucking with the armor cause anything with him and Balvanir to happen?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay.
Anything that I'm aware of?
Have you gotten any tingles from Balvanir yet?
He
Tingle.
Today?
not
Like,
today.
after
Art
has
Show us on the doll where he's touched you.
Every now and again, he's slightly more annoyed by the fact that I seem to reach out to him more than he reaches out to me. So I
And when
haven't
was the
gotten
last
any-
time you contacted him?
You might
when I
Is he
tried to
getting mad
when
because you
when I
haven't
tried to
given
give him the
anything?
daggers. Yeah, that was the last time I heard from him. Right when I tried to offer the daggers,
Yeah,
and he
they
was like,
were...
"Nice try, but not quite on the money."
Is
You
there
might
any
get
way that
something
we
They're
can talk with
human
him?
magic.
Can I conference call them into my meetings with Volvenir?
I mean, you can absolutely try. That's going to be one hard check, though.
Can he get
Oh,
Arcana
my
checks?
Okay,
Of us.
alright.
You cannot assist
Alright,
him.
guys, I don't think Volvenir is a terrible guy.
Volvenir's not a god, though.
I think
no,
this has been a good insight into him. You've never really explained him this much.
I don't
He
think
is.
Volvenir's a terrible guy. I don't think he's very saintly, but this is where I need full disclosure. Would you all like to meet my fiend if possible?
If we can.
And from a safe distance.
Safe
That might be the
distance
most
is-
informed response yet.
Yes, I want a safe distance as well, until I
Saren?
find it okay.
What would he do to us?
kill us.
I'm not sure.
Why?
I've never tried.
How?
I've never
How?
tried
I
this.
am wearing something he wants.
Literally,
Wayne
Really?
has something he wants in his jacket.
he is something of
I don't have
power where
anything
he
he
can
wants.
snap his fingers.
Yeah, so he ain't gonna kill you.
Yeah,
So he,
I
What
might
the heck?
kill
No,
you.
no, yeah, I'm fine with this shit. Possess me.
to my knowledge, he can't kill you.
Fine.
As I said, you might hear from them tonight. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we rolling for Arcana?
I just thought of something.
I don't know.
No, it would only be him.
Do you guys want me to try to reach out to him and
No.
see if he wants to meet my traveling companion?
This is
Dead
a
from a
bad
distance.
idea.
Yes.
Well,
I'll do it.
I
Yes,
am the-
best
Let's
friend.
do it, friend.
I'm gonna make sure your back's covered.
I'm
I'm going
going to
30
say
feet
the
away.
ruling.
Okay.
Sit
I'm
down.
going to say the deciding votes come from the two of my companions here that actually are in close proximity to things he wants.
I'm gonna sit 30 feet away just in case some AOE bullshit comes down upon you. I want to be away from that.
Gappa's thinking like, is this how I die?
nope.
Ripped
I
to shreds
fully
trying to
wanna-
contact a fiendish demi-plane.
I fully want to see this.
Okay.
Alright.
Do I roll this with advantage at all since they're all okay with it?
No.
Okay.
Roll a charisma check.
A charisma. That can't be
Wait,
good.
you have charm.
I'm gonna draw a circle in the ground.
I am positive
Spread my
I
line
can
out.
charm my
and sit
team.
down watching this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
trying
fully
to help
protected.
you.
A charm. This is to try and contact
Hold on
him,
one
right?
second. Theoretically, if something was to start going wrong in this instance, if I was to cast Feign Death on
You're
Well,
trying
yeah.
to trick
What
my
if-
patron
no,
into
no, no,
thinking
no, no,
I'm
no.
dead.
No, I'm saying
He's
would it
connected
pull us
to
all
my
out of
soul.
I'm saying would it pull us all out of it if this was to start going downhill very quick?
No.
No, okay. Never mind.
What's your charisma check?
Oh, I gotta roll it still. Charisma check or charisma save?
Charisma check.
Check to get in, save to get out.
This is the same when he's trying to control your mind.
That's a dirty 20.
I thought we're not gonna call it that.
You said
agreed
it.
on
We
that.
didn't agree to shit.
And you get a... I'm sorry. The line you have dialed is not available at the time.
Did
Please
they
call
hear
back.
this?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
so
Please
all
call back
have
at
to
another
give
time.
you a
that's what
welcome
happens
drink.
half the time, and I don't know how he set that up. That's a level of magic
Wolf!
I don't understand.
Now roll a charisma save.
Oh my god! That's, thank god I'm a warlock because that's a 19.
Hey, as you're explaining that you don't know how Bolvenir managed to do something like
Managed
this.
to put an outgoing message.
Yeah. Your eyes roll into the back of your head.
Oh, no.
And you
Like
see...
creepy, like from the rain or something.
We all. I just picture he just stands dead
I'm
still and
in the middle of
Like,
saying if this
dead
happens.
stop.
What the fuck?
I'm in the middle of saying this happens all the time.
And then
I see this, right?
Yeah, you see this.
I told you this was a bad idea.
And you see a humanoid figure. Pure white.
Where I was?
No, this is, like, you're in a, it seems like you're in a different space.
Okay.
It kind of looks like the truth being from Full Metal Alchemist, except there's no facial features at all. The dark outlining.
Can I talk at all while this is going on?
You can certainly try.
Guys, this is the first time I've seen this one.
Now, from the book that I've been reading, it had
this
that
is not
image in it,
Bolvenir,
right?
is it?
This is not Bolvenir.
Oh,
I had
yes.
seen it before because I
But you
know-
don't know
I
about
the
this.
physical
This
You're not.
description.
You're not
This
in
is-
this. This is a hit. You're
Oh,
not in the
I'm the
mindscape.
only one seeing this?
You're the only one seeing this.
Oh shit.
You're pulled into a mindscape.
Oh shit. So you guys just see my eyes roll back.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not.
Is he
dead.
dead silent?
No,
He's
I'm
not-
like.
He's dead silent.
stiff as a brick.
You hear what you just said echo in this other existence.
I'm going to take his hand and just gently put it down his pants.
And
Guys,
The-
roll him on his side and make sure his mouth is open so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
the creature walks 5 steps towards you and puts out its hand. And then you come back into your body, eyes forward, and you fall straight to the ground.
He said nothing.
Nothing.
Guys, I don't think we should do that again.
What
Why?
even was
What
that?
happened? All I heard was this, and then that was it.
There might be some Eldritch wires getting crossed. I don't think this is a private line.
Why? Who'd you speak to?
They didn't speak, but they terrified the living shit out of me.
Well, what did they look like? Maybe I can help you identify from the book.
Okay, I just gesture at you, your humanoid form. Take away everything? Nothing.
Naked?
No, you perv.
You said take
You're
away
the
everything.
erotica artist.
Hey, that is
You've got a
just
point.
mental.
So
They kind of fill me with an ungodly and ancient dread. It's kind of just a spectral
Ungodly and
humanoid
ancient?
figure. They can interrupt my calls with an ancient
Do you
fiend.
have phantasmal force?
No.
So it's not
What
like
kind of
yourself.
warlock are?
Yes.
Turn yourself into.
Okay, I use my staff and I just
100% can do.
turn into what I just saw.
So you guys all see this white body that has this black outlining.
Remember
No-
when I said
no physical
remove all the
features.
features? This is what I meant.
noticed the description.
You notice the description.
So I instantly slam close the book and say, it's not one of your patrons. It's something else entirely.
I've gathered that.
And I will take out the one before the 8, and I will go to the page that has the description, and I will read it off. And it was what, Zira?
This is not Zyra.
Or, well, it's something like it. You said it was.
This is one of Zyra's 4 children.
It's got the looks of it. It's got the description.
I've just
So
snapped
this is
back
a
into.
god or a titan?
This is one of the primordial
This is
gods.
something else beside.
I've just snapped back into Wolfenir, into Wolfgang. Like cool.
So,
Well, I recognize
So,
that.
question,
Can you-
Wolf. Why do you
evil.
think that this thing
You're evil.
is interrupting
Like
your conference call?
evil. The fiends don't share a great love among those that would call themselves gods. It's kind of a one-way relationship in that both parties don't really like each other, but one party is really good at exterminating the other.
Get up, and I'm gonna join the conversation. So what the fuck was that? I don't like that. That was evil. I know evil. That was evil.
Would you say it's
evil?
I'm not necessarily sure it's evil because the book lists them as something somewhat outside of that.
looks like
What
something
did
I
the
would
book
run away
say?
from.
I was 30 feet away, so.
Is it
To my
ancient?
knowledge, the book was discussing them as something less good and evil, but more of a primal force.
Is it something more ancient and powerful than anything I've ever tapped into in my entire life?
Quite possibly.
Then I'm terrified.
Like one of Zyra's children?
It is one of Cyrus' children.
It is one of Zyra's children?
According to Saren's
That's
research.
That's what I'm believing at the very least.
If that's true, did I tell you that one of the disciples of Zyra's children talked to me in my brain hole? the other day?
Well, I've had a conversation.
When was this?
This is when that cannon showed up and blew up the town. And got out real quick with all the worms. You know,
Oh yeah, I like the fireworm thing.
Yeah, the airship with the cannons.
In the
and
cave.
fireworm. No, in the town.
Before the cave.
After we had that.
yeah, Siphon, right?
What?
Siphon and his military force. Where the fuck is it?
Magistrate
That was when I
White
had my little
Rifle.
fit, so to speak.
Yeah, so Right Bone showed up, blew up all that shit, and then someone who said there was a disciple of Zyra, one of Zyra's children, talks to me in my brain hole.
Okay, so I talked to their boss.
Cool.
They're sort of the strong silent type, and by strong I mean I feel like they could blink me out of existence.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they told me that the gods were a lie, and I don't really like that. But I'm curious as to more.
Just out of sheer curiosity.
No,
Now-
I'm not on drugs.
No, I wasn't going to go that far. I know that you're quite sober most of the time.
Not on drugs. I didn't say sober.
Close enough.
I've been hitting the wine when he's not looking.
When this being shows itself, now I understand you're terrified, but has it made any motions as if attacking?
It smiled real creepy once. I used the staff again and turned into that same thing, smiling the way it did at me.
And is it rather creepy?
It's super creepy.
Okay.
Because it's just
But
it's these nice,
has it-
pearly white
Has it
teeth,
seemed to attack
perfect
you?
smile, no face.
I deal in a world of magic where you don't really need to be physically imposing to be attacking.
Yes,
I'm more
but
in the realm
often
where
of the time
creepy
there
psychic
is some
tentacles
sort of
ripping your brain asunder exists. So
bodily motion, you know?
body language is fluid for me, and I've learned to just read the room.
Alright, so that was a bad experience.
Yeah, so
For a wolf, apparently.
I don't know if we should try that again.
Yeah, I think that's a
think
fail
we should.
thing.
Under safer. Alright. Trying to conference call you all into my feed. Let's follow the same rules as doing psychedelics. We all get ourselves to a nice, safe place first. I don't think the middle of the woods in fucking nowhere is a safe place.
Would you prefer the middle of the town?
Let's bring this up another time. I don't want to try this again.
In a house with a mouse?
Motherfucker, that was my joke.
With a goat?
Let's try this again after we've fashioned this magic stealing orb into something that Karina can crack the dome of in case something goes really wrong.
No, Karina
I
has
don't
her
want-
own thing to crack the dome over with.
All I'm saying, if we do this again and something ancient and horrible pops out, I want y'all to be able to help me crack its skull open.
It's been most of the day
Maybe
already.
if you get
Of us just arguing about
don't.
this shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Anyways,
feel like it took
Anything
forever.
else you guys like to do in your 3 days travel?
Anybody want to learn something?
Before bed,
Well,
I
can
want to
someone
try to.
teach me?
I can teach you to cook. I can.
You want to
teach
try to
medicine.
commune with the disciple?
I can
talk to
teach
the stuff
you
that talk to me.
intimidation.
Can
Okay.
I shadow you for
I can
that?
teach you a lot of shit.
I'm not going to
Performance.
announce it.
Roll a religion check.
Medicine, intimidation.
He's rolling religion.
It's a process record 19, 20,
22.
22? You try really
Try and
hard
contact
to
the
try to
disciple
commune
about
with this
yourself.
disciple. Ryfon.
I think I'm too far away.
It's just not working.
Yeah.
You're not getting any.
I don't know how I got my brain hole, but I think I'm too far away.
Teach me intimidation and then have Karina help out because she can be really scary.
She's driving.
I want to be
Am
more
I still
intimidating.
You were the last one to do a driving check.
I'm not
That
trying
was-
to teach
that was the day
intimidation. I can
before.
teach you how to be angry. I can't.
I'm just
I can
I'm
teach
just-
I feel like-
intimidation, but we're just like trying to get.
I'm just picturing a Rocky
angry
training
face from
montage.
I don't know. Intimidation is just
Show him an angry
you're
face.
innately like not scared of.
Show him your war face.
I'm just
I
trying
feel
to
like
be
my
something
anger is
good.
more authentic than that. So.
You
Alright,
say
teach you how
completely
to-
deadpan.
Oh, I know something I can do. The poisons that I have, can I apply them to the weapons?
You can, but without a specialized sheath, they do disappear,
Oh, okay.
essentially.
Well, never mind then.
Anyways, hey,
Shit.
so we're gonna now that you guys have told me what you want to do, your 3-day period, we're gonna move forward. Hey, Igor.
Hey.
On your third night on your journey,
The third night.
the third night.
On the third
Are we
day.
doing checks?
Every
Checks?
night,
No.
me and
Well, because there was something that we wanted to do.
We can
during
talk
the
about it later.
every night, by the way, Ginger Snap and I sort of work together and cast 2 alarms on either side of the encampment for the same thing.
Okay.
Just help keep us safe.
Igor, in your sleep,
You're
you're dreaming. You find yourself in a large forge area. You can see the fires, you can see the forges themselves,
Yep.
and you hear the loud banging of a hammer. And you hear a voice go, I apologize, my dear boy, but, unfortunately, the god you're trying to commune with is a little busy with some higher powers. If you'd like to try again at another time, I'm sure we can work something out.
So, am I essentially getting absolute receptionist?
Basically,
Okay, just want to make that clear.
he does tell you, though, there's a fine forge in Farhand, known as the Veil's Bane. It's a little better to contact him if you'd like to try again.
Will do. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then you wake up, like, a little confused, because it's like, ooh, what happened?
Are your ears still ringing?
Yeah, I have tinnitus. Rest of the day.
Disadvantage on perception checks.
Let it be! No, I won't do that to you. And, anything else you'd like to do, real quick?
What was that forge called?
Veil's Bane. It's V-A-L-E.
I think I got all my business out of the way. I
On
know
our
I'm not
summer
going to learn
last
any
night, I like to
skills
do a
or
little bit
whatever.
of hunting, see if I can get a certain
Do a survival check.
So, me and Igor one night during our watch were going to try to
Get even better at the good
No,
berry chucking.
we were going to try to craft one of these weapons ourselves. Cause
Craft what weapons?
well, a thought of a
Natural
weapon.
20 plus 2.
So
Yeah.
we take this. I probably would have asked you, like we probably would have grabbed you for this. How hard does this thing seem?
It doesn't seem all that hard.
But it has
It doesn't
Evrim
seem all
in
that
it,
hard.
which is hard.
Evrim, by its own nature, isn't the hardest material, but it is not soft.
Okay.
It's like it's just like a rock, because it is a rock.
We may actually need
It's
some
a
more
rock.
arcana than that. Okay.
But we can try.
I would rather get the more arcana on it because I don't want to craft this thing, try to use it, and then have it explode
Yeah,
my
but I
bag.
need something powerful. Wolfking's not trying to take it. He's trying to gank our shit, man.
I don't think he's gonna want to touch this thing after we make it.
I'm asleep right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
So we'll wait until we can get more arcana on that.
and Sarah, in your second night of hunting, you manage to bring home like 4 rabbits.
I'm going to cook 2 more pounds of my meat.
Okay. And you make it to the town of Sel'Fey. Sel'Fey is a town, I'll tell you right now, that is pretty well known for its production of the alcoholic beverage known as Blue Dream. It's
Yeah, that
sweet
was a
flavor
good show,
and
wasn't it?
pungent aftertaste. The town isn't
Didn't push
known
your
for
shit
much
out?
more than
What?
its, besides the Blue Dream, it's also known for its
Oh gosh.
16 large archer towers. Each manned by 10 people. And there's a odd legend about someone in this town shooting down a large white dragon. If according to the story, it fell into a lake nearby. But yeah, as you come into the town, there are no real walls, but you do see the 16 large archer towers. There are no openings at the bottom of them anywhere. They stand about 18 feet tall.
Are white dragons
Well, technically all, I believe it's
chromatic?
chromatic dragons? Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
Metallic or good.
All chromatic dragons are technically evil. They're not dumb, but they're not.
They're more prone to
feral.
being
You see some houses scattered about, and you see a large building. That is the brewery with 2 large silos next to the building on its right side.
Igor, day trip?
Day trip.
Day trip.
I'm doing some shit. Nice.
Is there anywhere I can shop around here?
Yeah, there's shops.
This town was known for the smithies, right?
No.
That's the next one.
I'm just gonna do a general perception check. and see
Alright,
what's
give
going
a
on.
perception check.
Perceive that shit.
I might actually be able to help
22.
you next time.
There is what looks to be a general goods store. And you can see its name. It's called the Straight Arrow.
If this is run by another gnome, I'm just gonna come to the conclusion all towns
And you
have
do
a
notice a sign that looks like a couple of like playing cards that like they look like they're falling into a magician's hat. But
There's
it doesn't-
another building?
Yeah, there's a separate building, but it doesn't have like a name on the front of it.
Does it look like it's open for business?
Yeah, they both look like it's open for business. It's about 2 when you get into Sel'Fey.
Okay.
How many days
Yeah,
is it
same
from
here.
Sel'Fey to Farhand?
To Farhand, I think it's 2.
Okay.
2 in a couple hours, I believe.
2 days? That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm interested in the magic show.
Yeah, me too.
I want to go to the brewery.
Magic shop.
Alright.
I wanna do this whole tour of this brewery. Yeah. Well, we wanna go see the blacksmith to talk about our project, but kind of already assumed after that previous conversation about the forgery and the
Oh yeah, you gotta try to sell the
Farhand.
needs either here or Farhand.
you probably have better luck in Farhand.
Yeah, better luck.
So
but we're thinking that we'd have better luck in Farhand too. But we're gonna go to a blacksmith to
Alright.
see what they think.
Just to ask.
I'm gonna handle the group going to the magic shop first.
To the magic shop.
You walk into the magic shop, and the store is, there are no aisles, there are no shelves, they're just lines of pedestals. And each pedestal has a glass case on top, and some weird looking ass skeleton on the inside of it.
If I've learned anything, if we move these around, we'll unlock a secret
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
That's on each one of the pedestals?
Yeah.
Just the same exact thing.
No, they're all different skeletons.
Oh, okay.
But
But they're all skeletons.
they're all skeletons, all the
Okay.
same. There's a woman at a desk. She's a little heftier, dragonborn, red scales, and she's kind of looking down at maybe her ledger or maybe a clipboard or something. She's looking down at her countertop.
Okay. Can we just entering the store sort of discern what sort of a magic shop this is?
This is more of a. Actually, give me an insight check. 'Cause I'll make you do that.
What's my insight in this? Ask for an insight check? Inconceivable.
What are you doing, sir?
I'm going up to the Dragonborn lady.
Okay, 18.
Yeah, same here. Just
morning.
18?
18. This store probably sells a little more of like magical components than it does actual magic items.
Does she do any kind of magic item tinkering? With magical
We haven't
components?
talked to her yet.
You wave him, doctor.
Just a glance around the
I
room.
said
That's
hello,
what
that's
you're.
about it.
Do we want to go up and talk
As
to
soon
her
as you
about
say
that?
hello, she goes, "Oh, jeez,
Oh, you're not.
I really need to get a bell for the door. I apologize. I didn't realize anyone walked in. Sometimes you get a really good book and you just kind of get delved into it. And you
What
kind
book
of.
might that be?
You gotta cast that alarm spell. That'll do it for you.
I personally am unable to cast alarm. I have a couple of spell scrolls for alarm coming in, but they're not here yet.
Generous use
And she pulls up her book, white cover. She shows you the spine of the book, and it's a gilded throne. The book you probably not have heard of just yet. It's a fantasy novel about a young prince who realizes how shitty his kingdom is and goes in disguise and becomes someone else and starts a revolution against his own kingdom and against his own father. Then his father figures out, and that's as far as I've gotten so far.
Okay. So what are your wares here? I'm just kind of curious.
We mostly sell magical components and other such things of that nature. We have fully stocked component pouches if you're looking for something along that line. We could get you probably any magical component item that you're looking for. We sell some gems for those costlier spells, but we don't unfortunately sell actual magic items here at the Disappearing Cards.
Oh, so that's the name of your store?
Yes.
There's no name out front.
Again, it's something I'm working on. The kids like to steal the sign.
Oh, raffles.
Yeah, they're not very nice. In fact, she points over to like midway into the store, and you see that one of the pedestals, there's a crack in the glass that the skeleton is in. One of them threw something in here, and it made me rather mad.
What are the skeletons? I just need to ask.
Oh, these skeletons, as you may understand, certain animal parts, feathers and bones, eyeballs, tongues, noses, and other such things are used for magical spells certain times and places. These are all animals that are commonly used in spells, and inside each pedestal is the ability to cast Regenerate, to regenerate the body very ever so minorly.
Oh,
So
good
I
old
can-
swamp stew components.
I
Okay.
don't think you should use this to make a
Sure.
broth.
Alright, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the general store and bid her a good day.
I'm actually intrigued. I could sell her. As I previously mentioned, I have creepily and inadvertently acquired a large supply of bones. Might you have any use for these? And I pull out, I'm not going to make it
Which
obvious
is
that I'm pulling out
bones
only
and
half
teeth
of,
and
but
everything.
half my supply of Naga bones from way back when.
She picks up and looks at it and goes, "Ooh, these Naga bones.
Recovered from an undead Naga near the capital.
Let me ask you, young man, how much trade do you do in magical crafts?
I tinker a bit.
I'll buy your supply here, 15 silver pieces.
Could you do 30?
18 silver pieces.
20?
18.
19.
18. Roll persuasion check if you're gonna try to barter for hire.
I was wondering how long. That's just to impose disadvantage against my charms, and I haven't charmed them yet. Going to be persuasion.
Persuasion.
18?
18?
20.
19 final offer.
Dia, I give her hand over 1 pound of naga bones.
Takes it. Swipes it off the countertop.
Can I do an insight check as to whether or not I just got ripped off?
Yeah, sure.
Got super ripped off.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, you got ripped off. A pound of naga bones? Probably sell for 30 silver pieces.
I'm not gonna go back and haggle again. I realize that as I'm like halfway out of the door. I'm like, too late now. But
Anyone
I have
else?
2 pounds of naga bones. I could at least get rid of half.
Anyone else doing anything in this magic stuff? Okay. Alright.
We know we were there, but as soon as I realized what it is she sells, she's not going to be able to help us.
I wasn't really.
Okay. So you exit the shop, and Karina and Joppa, you were looking for a blacksmith?
Yes.
Unfortunately, this town does not have a blacksmith.
Wait,
Next
does
time I go
this
looking.
Oh, no, they
Yeah, but they have like
archers, arrows, and
What's
ballistas.
the
Who's making all
what's
that?
the title of
We
people that
don't
make
need metal
bow and
for
arrow
those.
stuff? A Fletcher?
Very good carpenter. Technically.
Do they have
You ask around about
do they
why
have
you somehow don't have a blacksmith in a town that uses primarily projectiles such as ballista, and they tell you, well, there are a group of families that run essentially the towers, and they make their own stuff, but they don't sell anything.
selfish.
So they have their own personal boundaries. And they're not going to
They
pander to
can
outsiders.
blacksmith.
Is this
they
town in a
choose
civil
to not
war?
blacksmith for
No.
others.
They're private. They're privatized. This is like going into a house and saying, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I use your toilet?" And you don't know the
Yeah.
person. Like, most people are gonna be like, out of courtesy, yeah, but like in reality, it's kind of weird.
Okay.
That's
With
why you just distinguish yourself and shit on the floor.
With that knowledge in mind, is there a building like a town hall or somewhere where whoever is in charge in this town might be? I'm kind of interested in asking whether or not this town is aware of what happened over in Quayland with the airships coming through.
You talk to some random person, and they'll tell you, well, the active family within the towers, they're the ones in charge.
Okay, I would think for now, as far as our tour of the town has been going, about what time is it?
Got in around
Like
2-ish. It's
3?
probably like 3, maybe.
Let's hit the bar, guys. Let's go to the brewery.
I've been
I'm
on
gonna
this
go to the
whole
general
time.
Yeah,
store,
Igor's
then I'll
been
meet
there.
up with you guys there.
I'm
Igor,
interested-
you've had wonderful flights after flights.
No, I want to talk to someone.
Okay, if that's what you want.
Yeah,
I'm
I want to use the armor, full monk robes, and I want to go in there and I want to politely ask if I can talk, like get the tour.
Okay.
With like one of the brewers.
Alright. It is 3 silver pieces.
I'll give them 6.
Are we all
No.
meeting
No,
up with us?
no.
Igor's by himself,
Oh,
and you guys are, I guess, making your way downtown to the brewery, as Igor has already started his tour.
But I would like to like talk with them.
Okay.
During the tour and after the tour, and see if we can exchange recipes or techniques or ideas. I want to teach them. I want to offer to teach them how to make my church's healing wine in exchange for their, which I know is probably proprietary. Yeah. But this is proprietary.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's it's a little 4.
They tell you a little bit,
Let
like
me try my stuff. I didn't see if you're interested.
they tell you like the special crop they grow they use to brew.
Yes.
They grow it with a special kind of fertilizer and a special kind of soil. They don't tell you what either of those are, but they let you know that it is special, but it's not hard to get per se.
Could I wanted to offer the brewer, if it's a brewer's assistant or like the head brewer, I don't know who I'm with, probably the assistants.
Yeah.
I would like to offer them some of my holy wine.
Okay.
and see if they like it. And I'm also going to, well, it's already glass, it's holy wine.
Yeah.
So I can't make it more holy. So I'll pour him a glass of it.
Super.
Pour me a double of that
And I'm
holy,
gonna, and I'm
extra
gonna, and
holy.
just, under my breath, I'm just gonna do a little quick prayer to, I don't know, do a quick prayer to, oh god, wine. Where's the god of tits and wine?
There's got to be a
I'm
god.
just gonna do a general
There has to be.
prayer that they like it a lot.
Okay, roll me a religion check real quick.
That's a modified 20. Or as the kids say, a dirty 20.
Damn right.
So dirty.
They drink your wine and they say,
They are healed.
oh, they weren't injured or sick or anything prior.
Me bunions is gone.
I mean, I believe it's 1d4.
Okay.
So, I mean, they get healed.
They feel spry.
Yeah, they heal 3 points of nothing because they weren't damaged
One
at
of them
all.
looks very excited to drink the first loose shit in weeks.
They tell you it's not bad.
This is a proprietary recipe known to the church. I am one of the few that know this recipe and that make it en masse. That is a niche market you can get into.
They tell you they're not trying to get into the market of holy wines.
You can make it
But-
not holy.
They
You
tell
can make it
you
unholy.
that if you would want a job here,
Yeah.
they'd totally ring you up a contract to sign in like a month.
Yeah. What can I do to make it to that?
Unfortunately,
I'm only in town for a little bit.
well, they can't really hire you if you're only in town for a little bit. They don't do no short
I can give you
terms.
my recipe, and I can go out there and find new and unusual ingredients and recipes to bring back to further increase the diversity of your business.
Okay, now it's starting to come together what he's doing.
And all
He's becoming the distributor.
I can also invest in your business.
they let you know an investment would be
Vendors
nice.
can load the bill, but they cannot What is nice? I have the wealth of the church behind me.
Well, they let you know that every 100 or so gold that's invested, they can set up another silo and possibly another place to sell their alcohol.
I'll give you 300 gold
Okay.
right now for a job. Right now.
For a job.
For a job. To invest
Yeah.
to invest in more locations and silos, with the caveat that I have a job where I can come back here and learn better things and make some money.
Roll another persuasion check.
And this is how
That's a
Igor
natural
becomes the owner of
Oh man.
They let you know. They'll put your
Right
name
off.
in the books. But nothing's moving today.
Okay.
Because they're not moving any product right now anyways.
Why are they not moving any product?
Well, the owner had a
You see this?
Running.
This is a black belt in Six Sigma. I can help you.
The owner had a run-in with a couple of weeks ago with some unsavory gentleman, and is currently feeling unwell to really get stuff on the go.
Like he feels ill, unwell.
Not ill per se, but
He doesn't feel
not
the
trusting
mood.
the market.
Anxious.
Okay.
Economic anxiety.
I am
if you
picking
will.
up what you're putting down, and I thank you for your time and for the tour. And I'll be back in about a month.
They give you a souvenir cup. You can put that in your inventory. And the rest of you, who are, I believe, you are going to the general store, correct, Frost? Okay. The rest of you have managed to arrive at the brewery, and as you walk in and open the door, you see a middle-aged tiefling man. He has papers in his right hand, reading them ever so carefully. He's dressed up in a nice suit, has some glasses that rest like pretty high on his nose, and he looks over at you and goes, "Oh, by the gods! Please, I thought I gave you what you want. Please don't kill me. I'm begging you. I have a daughter that is waiting for me at home.
Do we know you, sir?
Oh, are you not with Kel and that fellow? You can see that his nose is fully
Is he
just.
looking right at Karina and me?
He's looking at you in particular, but
No.
Wait, who? Who and who?
you're not with Kel and the Bellowing.
Hell.
Yes.
Would she recognize that? Or
No.
No?
Don't know anyone named Kel.
I don't know anyone named Hell here.
Cousin. How long ago did you see Bella?
We have
Like
nothing
2 weeks
to do.
ago.
We have nothing to do with these
Here?
gentlemen.
Yeah, he came. Him and Kel came in here and they threatened me so they could get money for a carriage and some horses, and then they left.
No,
Which way did they go?
They went eastward.
They went that away.
But
we've heard of the same individuals, but we have no affiliation.
I'm so sorry. He like pulls out a handkerchief, blows his nose, and wipes his eyes.
Is there anything we can do for you? You seem rather rattled.
I mean, if you're not with Kel and that bellowing chap, then I think I'll be all right. As long as you're not going to kill me.
No. The warrant, the wanted posters and everything is out on them. That bounty hunters should be after them, I'd imagine, by now.
We do have a habit of burning merchants.
Thankfully, you're not with us, so you're not within elbowing range.
I just love the royal weed. It's like he's got a mouse in his pocket.
No, we've heard them committed some grisly things across the countryside. They just came here for a carriage.
They came for more proper transportation. The horses they were riding, they've run them ragged. Probably multiple days and nights without rest.
Which direction do they head off in? If you don't mind us telling?
Eastward. Like if he pulls out a little piece of paper and he like draws on it like here, and then you can see he draws out a little bit of like the area around. It's like Farhand is a little further eastward to the north, but he seemed to go straight eastward.
So they just went due east.
They went straight into the woods.
What's towards the lake? Is Shroudstrand due east of here?
No, Shroudred is north.
Okay. I was about to say, if they're heading straight for Shroudstrand, like, we want them to just kill
We're still
each
in
other?
the vicinity of the lake, right?
Well, relatively.
What's due east besides woods?
There's a couple of towns out there. But he didn't really seem like he was heading in the way of any towns. He might have been trying to go to Deep Karen, but those horses aren't going. If he keeps running the horses the horses he brought to me, he's not gonna make it by horse.
I mean, his
He's
crimes
changing an
aside,
avalanche.
being mean to carriage horses, that's just cruel. Well, thank you for the heads up. We've been trying to keep their movement on our radar in our travels.
You never talk. If you meet with them, you never talk with me.
You're not the first person to tell us something along those same lines.
Especially Kel. If Kel is still running,
this Kel?
Kel's a bad man. If you see him, don't tell him you talk to him.
What's your
is
name?
this Kel?
You can tell that he uses Misty Step and he disappears.
Oh, what? The tiefling uses Misty Step. Okay, he got spooked. My bad.
No, it wasn't charm.
Yeah.
No.
You don't get it. I'm charming.
Anyways, anything else your little party is doing in the brewery real quick?
Like, peeling an onion.
I mean, I was gonna get a flight and check bounty board to see if they've been through.
What is the
But
name of this
this
brewery?
doesn't answer that for me.
The brewery's name is the Blue Stone.
Can you please describe the souvenir cup?
Yeah, I can. The souvenir cup is about 10 inches tall. There are 3 handles on it.
Why?
So you can share with your friends.
Is it magic?
It might be magic. Yeah.
3 handles on it.
3 handles on it. Each handle is made out of a slightly different material.
Okay.
The cup itself is made out of metal.
Oh, okay.
That's a quality souvenir cup. Usually it's just a plastic sheet you got to throw away after you put it in the dishwasher.
You can see at the bottom of it, you can see the symbol of the Bluestone Brewery, which is a couple of roses, and then a big-ass arrow in between them. It looks a lot like a dick pic.
Oh.
So this was designed by a quality craftsman.
True man culture.
Somebody read your aircraft.
But then on the outside,
Oh, that's just-
there
that's
is
just
the
the most
it just
popular.
reads Bluestone in between each of the handles.
How much liquid does it hold?
More than 16 fluid ounces.
I genuinely, I'm not trying to be lying. I'm just genuinely curious.
It's fine.
I
anyways.
just love the specificity.
If anyone else doing anything in the brewery, real quick.
Guys, now that we've met up,
Getting hooch.
Uh,
guys,
flights are going to cost 3 silver pieces per flight.
Guys, would we like to try to find somebody roughly in the know here, someone in charge in this town, and ask them if they know about the incident in Quaylen?
Why would they ask us? We were fucking there.
See how the word is getting around about these Shroudstrand guys going to towns via airships.
via airships. They weren't going via airships.
The Shroudstrand guys came out giant airship, right?
Oh,
Yeah, they came out.
Yeah. See what the general locals' reaction is to all this. Make sure we're not getting too deep into their territory before we realize the locals are all on their side.
Keep flying in town.
I
Right at
think
the
we drink.
Frost, you wander yourself into the straight arrow. Shelves full of shit. It's weirdly organized, but it's also just stuffed. It looks like it's stuffed, but it's organized.
Like, venturing stuff is for venturing stuff.
Yeah.
Food is for food, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like falling out of the shelves. It's pretty messy.
Overstuff.
Yeah.
So, what's the staff like? Like,
There
I'm just seeing a lot of...
there are 2 young children, probably the age of 15. Those are still children to me. One is human, and the other seems like they're probably elven.
Now, 15 in Elven years or 15?
15 comparably.
So he's more like 120.
Yeah.
And that's it? There's no adult?
A young Aarakocra male comes forward from the back room. He has a
2.
mop. He has a mop in hand, and he's cleaning something up. It seems like someone might have spilled something.
I go up and like, hey, sir, this stuff, do you have like potions?
Yes, if you just wait one moment, I can get the potions from the back. Let me just clean up this mess. I apologize. There were some unsavory children that I foolishly allowed into the store.
Alright, this is
You
a
mean
real
those
bad
children? I just point towards them.
Oh, no, those are my employees. No, some snot-nosed children that came in and,
There's a lot of kids here that like to go and screw up all the shops, don't they?
it's kind of a game. And I admit, when I was younger, I used to partake in this similar game, but as now a shop owner, it's real fucking annoying.
Why don't you like have security or something like that so they don't damage or cause anything like that?
I was actually just thinking about hiring some hired muscle for a couple of months. Deter them long enough that I can then fire those hired muscle, and everything will be fine. But, anyways, let me clean up here.
Of course.
He looks a little flustered as he cleans up. He walks into the back room, and then he comes up to a front desk and claps his hands as so, and he goes, "All right, you're looking for potions. What kind of potions are you looking for in particular?"
Health potions.
Health potions. Okay. You can hear the movement of bottles hitting each other. Yeah, basically. And he pulls up. Right now, we have these 4 basic health potions. It's gonna run you probably. He pulls out an abacus. 25 gold per bottle. Got this. We also have. He pulls out a red colored, not the similar as a health potion, but a kind of an orangey red colored potion. We have potions of fire resistance that last for 8 hours. We have 4 of those, and they only cost 10 gold.
Okay. You have a really long rope.
Rope should be down the 3rd aisle.
Like something that's longer than 50.
Yeah, you can cut your own rope over there. It's,
Oh wow! So it's your own spool out.
yeah,
It's like
every 10 feet is 4 silver pieces.
Just out of curiosity, because I'm interested in the rope, but do you have any like bags that like hold a lot of shit?
We have some large hemp bags against the back wall over there. They're 3 copper pieces.
Very simple, easy to make, easy to sell.
Okay, so they're not really traveling packs, though.
I mean, you could travel with them just fine as long as you have a wagon,
Okay.
a cart, a carriage, airship. You're rich enough.
Gotta name a few more.
Airship?
Transportation.
When you deal with a lot of people who have airships?
I haven't dealt with anyone with airships, but I saw one fly over not too long ago.
Yeah, it's strange. When we were on our way here, we saw that. We weren't sure what it was.
Yeah. I'm sure
Alright.
some rich bastard.
Oh, man. Oh, hopefully they come your way. Get some money.
Right? Drop some money off in my store. I can use it.
Alright, I'm gonna go in the back and cut my own rope, I guess. I'm gonna do 100 feet.
Alright.
Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays?
Snip.
Alright. Snip, bring it up. How much?
It's so four silver per 10 feet.
40 silver. Or 4 gold pieces.
What?
Math.
10 silver is a gold piece.
Okay. Alright, here you go. Give me the money for it. So is that 4 gold pieces?
And that's all the money he makes this month.
Alright.
The rest of it is damage.
Alright. And I walk out. Go on the road.
Alright. Anything else you guys would like to do? No? We're all good here? Satisfied. Wonderful. Well, guys, that is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Guys, we're on Facebook. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Roll for Perception. We hope to see you next time. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Roll For It. D&D podcast. Collection of a bunch of friends who play D&D together. Guys, my intros are on point every time. Anyways, we got the usual cast here. No one new. And we're going to give a quick recap, and we're going to hop right into our session here for the night. So, our party had traveled from a cave not too far from Holland on their way to the town of Sel'Fey. An approximate 4-day journey. In their first day, they had done a couple of things. Some prayers were done. Some other things were done.
An informational session on minor demons.
An informational seminar on demons and whatever. Some shopping had been done when they arrived in Sel'Fey.
Terrible shopping. They didn't have
A little bit of drinking.
A souvenir cup.
Souvenir cup. Absolutely. You guys all get a chance to get one when you leave the brewery.
Aww. Woo! You're not special.
That was special.
Not
They
anymore.
learned that
Oh, yeah,
Karina's
take
second cousin, Talren Billowin, had been through this town with a mysterious other person named Kel. And he had terrorized the shop owner real quickly for some horses, and then left direct eastward into the forest, basically. They learned that there's probably a better forge in Farhand, a city to the west of here, like 2 days and a couple hours.
Conveniently go in the opposite direction.
It's not the opposite.
The direct direction. A little northward.
Wait, oh. I thought you said.
It's
East
east,
or west?
yeah, it's east versus northeast.
I thought you said west.
Oh, did I say west? That's my bad. My bad. It's
Okay, so I'm
eastward.
not going
He's
to-
heading
okay.
eastward.
No, you are.
You're also
It's
going to be
just we're
heading
not
eastward.
trying to cover
Yeah, we're
for it
going.
anymore.
I apologize. That is my mistake. But yeah. And you guys kind of have been wrapping up stuff in town, and that's where we're kind of picking up. I'm going to say you guys are all kind of gathered together about now.
So this town got diddly bumpus.
I got rope. That's about it.
Funky regenerative magic shop.
Yeah, bones that regrow Archer Towers and one brewery with a terrified old tiefling man. I'm not sure this place is making it just on boards.
It's some damn good beer.
It is a damn good beer.
Had fun, seen some stuff. Let's head out.
Alright.
Our business venture didn't go as planned. Let's say the least.
As you are coming to near the center to head back out, you see a small monument site in the middle of the town. A little statue engraved, carved in wall around it. It depicts what looks to be a dragon falling out of the air with a large black arrow sticking out of its body.
That's probably the legend you said.
It's a legend, but nobody.
Is it all just a statue, or does any of it look like not part of this? Like,
No, it's all just one big statue.
Okay.
I mean, the arrow itself looks like it's probably a piece of stone that was laid in after the rest of it was built, but
I would like to use my stone cutting ability to gather as much information from this as possible.
alright, roll me a history check.
You're gonna get an outplay.
stone war.
Oh, you use stones? You're getting it.
So it's a natural 20.
Oh,
Hey.
man.
33.
We have been spending that 20 on some interesting things tonight.
So, you know that this story that is depicts a story about a young. This town was once ravaged by an ancient white dragon. And then the towers were built, but they couldn't seem to put it down. Because they couldn't just manage to hit the dragon. It was too fast.
What was the dragon's name?
We're about to get to it. Anyways, until a young boy appeared. And he managed to hit the dragon with his arrow every single time. But his arrow could never put down the dragon for good. Eventually the boy was offered the chance to use a ballista. A few ballista, actually. And he missed every single shot. And when questioned about it, the boy confessed to the town that he had been given a blessing by the god Galar. That while using a bow and arrow, he can hit every single shot. But the ballistas don't count into his blessing. And that if they wanted to kill the dragon, he needs something strong, and that is exactly a bow. They eventually forged him a large enough bow to fire black arrows, strong enough to pierce the dragon, and he eventually put the dragon down, killing it, and it fell in a nearby lake.
Is there a stone depiction of this bow?
Yeah, it looks. You can see it. It's a pretty normal bow.
Does it look like the bow?
That
The shrine of
No.
Gaylor in the woods.
I don't know, sir. Why don't we take it out and compare the two?
it is
What are you talking about?
It's a normal long bow.
It's a normal long bow.
So the boy received the blessing, not his equipment.
Oh, okay. Was that his bow? Would you think that was a bow of his? Or this is a separate item that was just happens to be blessed by the same god?
It's a separate item.
I'm gonna ask a question, and I need y'all to be real cool about it.
Fuck off.
Where's the boy buried?
Whoa! I was actually thinking that myself. Where is the boy buried?
The boy wasn't buried. He was cremated
Where are his ashes?
and spread to the wind.
Sick. Good for him. Good enough for me.
Anyways, this got real weird real quick.
Cool.
Just a warlock asking to desecrate a corpse.
And then a cleric also asking about a dead body. Kind of weird. Anyways, and you make your way off to Farhand. You have 2 days downtime. That's not a lot of time.
I guess once we get clear of the town we were just in, Frost, you've got that nifty little bottle that little gnome bastard gave you. Want me to refill that for you with something you can whip out at some point?
I mean, I don't really want it either. I just wanted to get something from Giuseppe. I don't
What
really care
would
about
you like to
eating
do with it?
This bottle?
it. It's a bottle that, like, when I opened it, like, lightning came out of it.
Oh.
And there's nothing in it anymore. It's just empty.
Spicy bottle.
Yeah, it's just an empty bottle for me now.
The bottle.
Formerly spicy.
I'm mad.
The
He
bottle
tricked
can
me. He gave me
absorb
something I couldn't
elemental
use, really.
spells, and then I'll store them for later.
You can have it if you want. I just wanted to get it.
Only if you're sure. I think you could make use of it, but if you want to give it to me, I'm not gonna.
I'm not saying I'm going to give it to you. I'll give it to anyone who wants it.
Okay. You just
Who
don't
can
want to.
use it?
Has
Point-
it
point of
maybe
inquiry.
recharged? Have
Yes.
we taken a
You
look
can
at it?
recharge
What
it.
counts as
There's just nothing
You don't have to put a
else.
spell into it.
Why would you?
Fire,
Okay.
lightning,
I just don't want
ice, and poison.
So I'll tell you exactly what
It's
I'm
not
planning.
interesting to me.
I'll tell you exactly.
I just wanted to have it.
Do you understand what it does?
I know I
really
really know.
understand.
But that doesn't
Because
mean
it
that it's
wouldn't
interesting
technically
in
can fall
it.
under the
I'll
under
take
slashing
it from you
and
if you don't think
piercing
you're gonna
damage.
use it.
but it's not
gonna
in
ever
itself.
use it.
Okay, would you like me to hold on to it for you then?
You can have it. Here's
All
my
right.
gift to you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I uncork it. How do I refill this per se? If I shoot
You
something.
literally just launch
Okay,
elemental
I
damage
just put
at
my
it.
hand over top it and just not 100% positive this is gonna work. Cast
Wait,
fireball into it.
wait. Are we in the cart?
You're in the cart
Okay.
right
Are you
now.
making this known?
No. Just
So
have it
frost.
random.
Are we all in the? Who's in the back?
Who's wants to
I am
drive?
sitting-
I've been banned
I'm
from
alright.
driving.
I
Okay,
am
Karina's
sitting-
driving, so the rest of you are in the
I
back,
am sitting
presumably.
like in the backest of the back.
No, you're not
But it's only a
driving.
6-foot square cart.
Yeah.
I'm
Rectangle
gonna
cart.
boot him out of the cart if I see him doing this. Like, right up
I just put a hand over.
Well, you don't know what it is.
I just put a
Did you
hand.
see him put a hand
Per
on
se.
the bottle?
I just put a hand over the mouth of the bottle and just real quiet, like.
You just have a really quiet voice. Like whispering.
Yeah, and it seems like nothing happened.
Did you ever see Fireball?
No.
Anyways,
Did nothing happen? Nothing at all?
it seems like nothing happened.
Does he use a spell slot?
I cork it back up and put it on my belt.
Can you put more than one thing in there?
Can I? If
You
I
know,
uncork
only
this-
one elemental effect can
If I-
be stored within
if I
the bottle.
uncork
We
this
could
to put another.
have a poison Fireball.
If I uncork this
You
and
want to
try
make
to
a
put.
Trinity attack?
Hold on. If I uncork this and try to put another fireball in there, will I have 2 fireballs in
No.
there? Or if I uncork
You
this,
can
will the
only put one
fireball
thing in at a
immediately come
time.
out?
The fireball immediately will come.
Okay.
You can only
So
put one thing in.
guys, this right here, hold it up, does not contain water, does not contain wine. Please do not open this.
Does it contain song?
No, the
It's a deadly one.
just come out.
It'll
The
explode.
deadliest of winds.
Oh my god. You're
All of
like
the elemental
carrying a
damage will-
bomb.
Yeah, you made a bomb.
It is literally a
Which,
bomb.
also,
You're
you guys
like
have a
carrying
bomb.
Hold on,
fragile
hold
is
on,
this thing?
hold on. Igor,
It's a glass bottle.
Igor, are you
It's not a glass
picturing
bottle,
me
it's a
on
gourd
carrying
bottle.
around
So, not
bombs?
much better.
I am the
You
Lord of
just
Proficiency in
suck.
Explosives.
They're usually good.
I give myself proficiency in explosives.
That day,
Right now, I have proficiency in explosives.
Please,
That's a bomb.
oh please, do not sit on that thing.
I put it away carefully.
To be
Okay.
fair,
Or
I
get
do
into
have,
any accidents.
to be
or-
fair, I
get
do have
attacked by
2
it.
gears and a pound of black powder.
Is holding the bomb you took?
Me?
Which
Oh,
Remember the one you
time
got?
bomb?
Wait,
Yeah.
the time bomb.
I thought I had it. I thought it was the time bomb.
I thought you gave it.
It's a bomb. You guys have a bomb that you took from
I guess
Havar's
it's still just like sitting
under.
in the cart.
Yeah, I have a time bomb.
Yeah, you can't judge me for holding this when you have a literal bomb.
1 time bomb.
That thing has to be activated. Your thing
bomb.
can simply be flipped.
Hey. Frost was carrying it around, no problem.
What is the time?
It was
range on
empty. There's
It's
nothing
to be
in
said.
it.
Has it broken yet?
I just gave it to
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, so 2 days pass, and you make it to Farhand. The city of Farhand is one that is large enough to be considered a city. It's also relatively old. And it is not quite as civilized as you guys are used to as far as cities go. Buildings are made of a smooth stone. Each one is about 2 to 3 stories tall. The streets are rather dirty due to the nature of the city. This city is also known for its trade of different creatures, and is home to quite a number of rangers and a few druids. Let's see. The leadership of this city consists of 5 ranger guilds. Them being Beastmasters, Dawn Hunters, Palefinders, Azure Blades, and Furyborn. Each of these govern a different aspect of the city in some manner or way. It's kind of dirty because, the rangers, some of them have animal companions and stuff. It's real cool. And you make it into the city. There's not really a wall. It's kind of raised up a little bit, like 2 feet off, like the soil with rock. So there are like stairs going up. It's only
Over these past couple of days, have I noticed any of the food has been eaten out of the little thing?
absolutely none has.
bomb.
You did see.
No, the thing I tried, the stand thing that I tried to make.
Can-
You did notice a squirrel trying to get in at once, and you smacked him.
Would Would it be
Defender of nature.
would it be giving false hope if I said Ginger Snap ate some?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, you've made it to the city of Farhand. What are you doing?
Well, we are
Now you
looking,
can look for your blacksmith.
we are looking
Yes.
for two smiths, a blacksmith and
Whitesmith.
somebody to do with magic smithing of swords or whatnot.
I'm in that
Okay, so
same
I'm-
boat for magic.
Okay, so I guess I'm there with you guys.
I've also got a couple
I
other
mean, if
people
you
I'd like
don't
You don't want
to
to,
want
see.
to,
fine, but you're the one holding the oar.
I do.
I
wanna
hold
be the one
Hold on.
having
Important question. Who has the orb?
Alex has the oar.
I'm staying with you.
So we'll
No,
go
I
do
touch
that.
it. There's business that
I'll
we
touch
might be
you
able
with
to
the
do.
Let's go talk to
Quest
the
with the orb.
Let's go talk to the blacksmith first because you have to. Well, which one of you have to go to the blacksmith? Forge.
I have to go to the forge.
So we have to go to the forge.
But I don't know if that forge is an actual forge or if it's like a religious forge.
What kind of forge? Is it?
Well,
I don't know that.
give me a perception check to find the Veilsbane Forge.
18.
Not everyone.
Yes.
13.
Unnatural.
So I believe Karina, Joppa, Igor, Frost, what did you? 12?
Yeah, 12 or
12 or 13. You guys instantaneously realize there's this large, Gothic style-esque building that is housing a large, ceremonial forge in it.
Like a
Yeah,
blacksmith?
that's it.
Yeah.
15. There it is.
So it is like a
There
blacksmith.
it is.
Where?
Guys, it's right
The
there.
entire outside of this structure is painted a dark cobalt blue, with statues lining the outside of it.
Cobalt or kobold?
What?
I'm running a smite.
Take 26 points of damage.
Well,
Psychic
Mir was
damage.
tired of your shit.
Wait.
I'm not joking. Take 26 points of damage.
Why?
Because you
Nope.
pissed him off.
Who did I piss off?
Oh, you'll find out one day eventually, maybe.
Some god went fuck you and your puns.
Well, it's the fucking god. It's Azul.
Fucking
Azul.
out of nowhere jumps up. Cow.
Anyways, and you three make your way to the forge. You deserve that.
All of a sudden, blood just starts running out of his ears.
I just get a nosebleed.
You okay there, buddy?
I
I made
don't
someone
think
mad.
I don't think this town likes humor.
Okay.
It's either or just you.
So we head on into the forge.
Walk into the forge. You are stopped by a couple of guards, and they ask you very nicely, what business you have here at the Veilsbane Forge?
We're looking to have a magical weapon crafted out of two separate current magical weapons.
I'm also here on religious duty.
Well, cleric, it's pretty evident why you're probably here. But
I just want to pay for blacksmith services.
I'm here to buy.
if you'll wait just a moment, we'll get the the forge master out, and he'll deal with what
Who's
you
the
require.
forge master here?
As you wait until he comes down the stairs.
You're gonna die if you keep being stupid.
I wasn't being stupid with that. That was an honest question.
That's up to the perception of whoever just zapped your ass.
A middle-aged Genasi woman of a fire elemental ancestry comes down. She's fucking ripped, guys.
Jacked.
Fucking jacked as all hell.
Like flames are made of flames.
So many just ripped fucking female blacksmiths.
Because why not?
Because why
I
not?
like why not,
Yeah.
but like this is a theme now.
Because I like it.
I'm for it.
I like the aesthetic.
We don't know what new age interesting parallel
And there's one of
this
Steven's
one
case.
is.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we don't know how many husbands this one has.
It makes sense.
I mean, the woman in Califor was not the blacksmith. She just dealt with the books. If that makes it any
she
better.
was in charge.
Because she was lifting them books.
Anyways, this fire genasi comes down and goes, hello, my name is Anvil. Yes, I know, I'm pretty aptly named. My family wanted me to be a blacksmith because here we make quite a lot of money.
You see, Wolf,
But,
that's how you
I'm
don't
not
get
going
damaged by
to
a
touch
pump.
that one.
That's how you don't get damaged by a pump.
Anyways, How can I help you two? I believe you're looking to merge two magic items together.
Yeah. So we have the Axe of Lorita and what is the magical effect on Warhammer?
It smashes stuff.
It does ice damage, and it basically returns to you.
What?
It returns to you.
It's a returning Warhammer.
Smash stuff real good.
That's the most in character response. It's smashing hard.
hard. We were wondering if we could have these merged together as if to have more of a pole arm with the hammer and its effects on one end, and the axe and its effects on the other.
Well, I have to look at these magic items and appraise them. Are any of them of, I will say, 100+ year of origin, or?
We would not know.
The axe, probably.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
No.
As weapons, generally speaking, weapons of heroes, or most times of 100-year+ origin have other special magic properties that make it hard for them to be melded together with certain weapons. So if you have any item like that, I'd like to see them to appraise them properly so we can properly decide how to move forward from here.
Sure.
Hammer, axe. Take a look.
She takes the axe, because you can tell at a glance, you can tell that this axe is probably really old. She takes that, she puts it on a small platform, the wooden legs, stone tabletop, and she puts what looks like a magnifying glass in front of it, and from the magnifying glass, it's aiming directly down at Rita, the axe. And she says, so when weapons accumulate a certain amount of their own renown, or are used by a figure of certain renown, they gain what are called verse phantoms, and they are essentially spirits of the weapon. And this occurs with armor too. Now, these individual weapons and their associated spirits may or may not make it easier or harder to fuse magic items together. So we're about to meet the spirit of your axe.
You get to meet the things that make you feel good.
I just hope it's not Australia.
And you begin to see a form above the magnifying glass-esque contraption. An elven woman, like olive skin. She's wearing like full plate armor, and she goes, "I am Rita, spirit of this great axe, and I am loved by the sun. What is it you desire from me?"
I
Want to hit stuff even
wish
gooder.
I wish to further enhance your great and powerful axe by combining it with another strong weapon, improve its strength
And redundancy.
no, to improve its strength.
You have a higher capability.
Rita looks at you. She begins to have a fire-esque aura around her, and she goes, "Well, I appreciate you have taken me from my slumber. To submit to another weapon simply will not do. Prove to me you have unyielding strength, and I may consider allowing this union." You were drawn into a mindscape of your own.
I'm not the only one being sucked into their own brains.
And Rita is there, and she says, "Show me your strength, and we will see about the rest of this process. I'm going to need you to make me 3 strength checks. You will not get advantage on them due to devotion as a soul, so they're 3 straight strength checks.
No rerolls.
You can do it.
I believe.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh. Okay, everyone shut up.
There's quite a few groans.
I got 122. I got another 11 and another nat 1.
So, Rita's test of strength appears as such. A large, what looks like just to be the sun, is dropped on top of you. And at first, you seem to be holding it up relatively well, and then your knees kind of start to buckle, and then you straight up just collapse underneath this sun. And you hear, I'll not allow this. You can certainly still try if you wish, but I cannot promise my power.
I would not disrespect your weapon. Thank you.
And you leave the mindscape. And the image of Rita disappears from the view of you. And Anvil just goes, wow. That is the first time I've seen a weapon with such a personality as that. Most of them are relatively cooperative.
Oh, that's a gut punch.
Am I just like hanging
Strong
back
personality for a
ignored,
strong
pretty
weapon.
much?
A little bit.
It's fine.
I mean, I can still proceed with the procedure. I cannot guarantee that any of your weapons will come out intact, though.
Maybe if we want to discuss the Warhammer and the spear.
Yeah, we had a different.
I want to understand this here first.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then we'll ditch that.
And we'll just like nod.
Can I approach Anvil?
Sure.
Ask if
What?
she has any wares that are available.
Are you looking for armors or weapons?
I'm specifically looking for armors.
Armors. Now let me specify, are you looking for armors with verse phantoms in them, or just regular magic armor? Because one costs a lot more.
What do you mean by phantoms in it? Like, as
So
if
that
they're going
spirit-
to hurt me?
No, that spirit you just witnessed appear from your friend's axe is a verse phantom. They are spirits of armors and weapons, and they generally grant some additional benefits if you can cooperate with them properly. So we have a couple of sets of armor, including shields that have such spirits dwelling within them, but they cost a lot more.
You said they're just shields, though. That's it for armor.
We have like plate armor, helmets, and stuff. Again, with these phantoms in them, but they cost a lot more. So are you just looking for regular, or are you looking for the special stuff? It's really what I'm asking.
I'm looking to special stuff, but do you have anything that's more leather or mail, something lighter, not as heavy?
Yes, we should have a couple of wares. Give me just one moment. Anvil walks away real quick. You notice that these guards are like just kind of watching you. Like they haven't stopped looking at you guys at all. They're just like, what the fuck are these kids doing out here?
These kids.
And they just kind of watch as Anvil comes back. She brings out a set of bracers. She goes, so we have these magic bracers in particular. They are very nice. Cost 300 gold. They're bracers of protection, plus 1 to your AC. These are 5 if you're looking for a regular magic
Just a regular magic item.
I mean, again, we could get you one with one of these spirits in it, but if you can't afford these, you can't afford one of those. So,
I can afford, but I want to find something that's worth
Can you
my
afford?
time.
You haven't asked for a price yet.
Yeah.
well, put simply, the items we have that have spirits in them are going to cost you 3,000 gold.
3,000 gold.
Not to insult however much money you have, but it is a lot of gold. That's on our cheaper end of the market here.
Other than your armors, I know, I'm sorry for being redundant, but do you have any bows that are available? Long bows, short bows?
Have a couple of short bows available. Are you looking for something in particular for our short bows? Because ours are basic enchantment on short bows.
What do you mean by basic enchantment? Like +1 or something?
Plus 2s is the maximum we have.
Would you be able to actually use one of those bows?
We most certainly can, as long as it doesn't have one of these spirits in them. Makes it much easier. Much easier.
So I showed the Darker Piercer bow that I have, basically, and how I just wanted it improved.
Okay. Yes, this should be relatively easy. You want one of the +2 short bows?
It's a long bow that I have.
You have a long bow, but
Yeah,
they have.
But I can make it a
Yeah.
They can combine. The weapon type is not an issue. Like
Okay.
long and short, it'll combine to what you are more preferable to.
Okay.
But they only have short bows.
Okay, I'll just take the short bow.
Okay. They take the 2 items, and you get to watch this magic unfold. There are 2 platforms within the forge itself. The forge has churning magma inside of it. The magma glows a dark orange color. The 2 weapons are set on top, and you watch as Anvil climbs on top of the anvil. Anvil climbs on top of the forge. There is a small pedestal, I guess you would call it, and she brings up this hammer. That's the head of the hammer is probably like this big, so like 2 feet. It's huge, and she bangs it on what looks like a center circular piece, and you hear the sound of what sounds like a gong go off real quick. And then she raises it again, and then another circular piece to her left, and then again a circular piece to her right. And you watch as the 2 items begin to float and spin around each other. It's almost like they're having a weird magic item dance as they ever so gracefully glance against the magma. No, not like that kind of dance. Like a waltz, kind of. And they glance against the magma ever so briefly, and it's time to roll. The regular magic items, so you have a pretty good chance of them succeeding. You have a pretty low chance of this failing and then something bad happening. Okay, you're good. It could have gone really bad. Both items could have been destroyed, or one of the items being destroyed, and then I gotta flip a coin.
Oh man.
You watch as the 2 items spin, and as they spin, and then they create distance between probably about 14 feet from each other, and then they essentially just dive into one another. There's a big explosion of light, and you get a new bow.
Cool. Does it just look like the bow that was given before?
No, it's a little different. Instead of being a dark black with circular engravings in it, it's now, I want to say it, amber is the closest color I could describe for its coloring. But it's an amber color. Those circular patterns are now replaced with slightly more square ones. They still form like spirals, but they're square spirals.
Square spirals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still a longbow.
Okay.
For the combination is gonna be since you purchased the item, we'll call it the even 400.
Of course. But can I do an insight set and see if she's trying to rip me off?
You absolutely can.
Do they have any hand crossbows?
Yeah. Take a perception check.
I have a 10.
To your understanding, this woman may be very much giving you a discount.
Discount? Okay. Alright. I say, I would love to, but I would also love to buy you a drink at the bar later.
Your persuasion check.
Nice. I still have important business to do with that.
It doesn't quite seem like they have
Maybe you
hand
could do that over
crossbows.
breakfast.
They do have
I
some.
do want to get like a short sword or something.
They do have like the heavy crossbows though.
I'm gonna take a look around for short swords.
24.
24?
Actually, long swords.
Long swords? Okay. Anvil looks at you and goes, "Let's call it dinner tonight.
Okay, no problem. What would you like to eat?
We're gonna meet here. I have there's a special place I'd like to go to."
Alright. I'll see you later then.
All right.
Is this what you walked out on that rope for?
Give a wink.
Burn on fire genocide.
There are some
Take
long
my-
swords.
If you break her heart,
Are you looking for a magical
would be
longsword or
so
like
annoyed.
just a longsword?
because that's probably
Right
right
now, I'm
now
looking
me
for
in
something
some way.
new.
She gave me a discount. It means
That's
she
fine,
probably
that's
likes
fine.
me. So.
But you just were talking about stealing someone's heart.
So there are some longswords. There are
I don't know.
a couple just base plus one longswords that you can just glance at and notice.
But that doesn't mean I can't get
And there are
my
just some
heart at the
regular
same time.
longswords.
If I steal one.
Can I ask her how much for the plus one?
The plus one's gonna run you 350. A regular one's gonna run you probably 50 gold flat.
Could I possibly take Angelo aside for a quick question?
Okay.
The guards
This
look
is-
at you the whole entire time.
This is sort of my own business. My companion's not having much to do with it. Wondering, has Ketch been through yet? I heard he was on his way here with some.
We don't talk to the Verdant boy around here. He lives, his manor is, not too far, it's on the other side of the town. If you'd like to visit, that is your own prerogative.
Are you aware as to whether or not he's returned to the region from the mines yet?
Ketch, don't you know, Ketch never leaves the house.
My understanding he was out at the mines.
I'm sorry who told you that. Ketch is, we'll say, incapable of leaving.
Good to know. Alright, thank you.
Alright. Igor, you had something you'd like to do?
Yeah. I want everyone else to finish off. I'm done. I would like everyone else to leave.
Okay.
Wait until everyone leaves.
I give
You
another
know-
long white
you know Frost
smile
already
at
has-
them.
You know,
Okay.
you
Yay! I get to hold the ball.
Okay, do the thing with the ball.
Alright, so we're gonna go find the nearest
Shoot
magic crack.
On my way out,
the place to do it.
on my way out, I just put my hand on Igor's shoulders, like,
really?
Probably.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
Brenda. I think she's shown that she
just
likes some furry.
usually danced two bows together.
Well, what would you think about that? Would she be the place to do this?
Absolutely. This is like the most magical forge around.
Okay, then yeah, we're gonna do this here then. So we have another.
I'm just gonna let them do it. Whatever happens, happens.
We have another weapon fusion thing
Okay.
that hopefully should be
think
far more simple than this.
And not involve the spirit.
So we came across this the other day. Put it down on the counter. If you have spell slots, do not touch this thing.
She looks at it and goes, "That's all the odd. Where'd you get this?"
It came out of a crashed airship of sorts.
Yeah, it's a Dragonborn airship, right? Like from a while ago. I can tell. Like you can just look at it and tell.
I don't know these things.
Okay. Oh, it's very surprising that this thing isn't broken. Because you don't seem like the most careful group in the world. Well, let's crack it open, shall we?
Whoa, crack it open. Why would
I assume you want the Ephraim inside.
Yes.
You know what happens?
Yes, I want the from inside.
That's what I'm assuming you want.
Make bullets out.
you can make bullets out of it, but
Very expensive bullets.
this thing took away our spell slots, and we were kind of thinking also about possibly using it as like a weapon modifier.
Well, these orbs are used to power, or were used to power, the Dragonborn airships. They absorb ambient magic. So obviously you just got a little too close.
Well,
But you really, if you want to make something out of this, you really want the Ephraim on the inside of this.
okay. I mean, go ahead then. Crack it open.
Alright.
There goes my
She
weapon.
gets like a random hammer
Screwdriver.
and just wow breaks it. And you see on the inside is what looks to be like a foot-long rhinoceros beetle.
What?
And she picks it up. It's a pretty high purified Ephraim.
That's a bug.
The Ephraim in its most purified form look like insects. Lowest purity, they look like beetles. This is probably maybe 10% purified. And they look like this stuff. If you come across any spider-looking Ephraim, that's the quality stuff that you'd want to forge. Probably great heroic weapons from, but we can make do with this. What are you looking for?
I mean, I was originally thinking about just taking the orb and kind of tapping it to the top of the staff.
Making use of the magic sucking properties.
Making boots.
Merge it with the warhammer.
Or if you wanted to.
Make bullets out of it. I don't care. Well, what would you recommend we do with this?
I recommend you melt this baby down. Put it with whatever metallic material you would like. And forge, well, with this much, you'll probably forge a nice short sword. Maybe a couple of daggers. Or if you really wanted to, a lot of arrows. But that last part, probably not the best thing you want to do with them. You really don't want to lose weapons with Ephraim.
I mean, it's kind of way past what I wanted to do with it, so you want to add it to the hammer or add it, add it to the
What would the benefit be of adding this to?
Well, Ephraim enhances most basically everything. And additionally, it has the ability to. In this state, I could probably equip it to something you have, and you probably store a spell in it to use for later, including weapons and cast on impact. But
That'd be possible.
Well, that's on a metallic weapon.
you have to. This is all stuff that you need to put onto a weapon. Yes,
Any weapon, or just a metallic weapon.
it could be realistically any weapon you desire, but
Oh, well, in that case, I can put it on the end of my staff then.
Well, I just purchased a longsword that has no extra property.
Whatever. You want to add it to your longsword, go ahead.
Nobody else has anything.
I gave it up.
I got a new bow. Okay.
It is far less interesting than the state.
I got a headache, so I'm good.
Really?
I like the ball way more.
I like the ball
I
too.
miss
I wanted
the-
to take the ball. I wanted to put it on the thing.
Do we put it back in the ball?
we can forge you a new ball. Yeah,
We'll take away magic.
on contact. Yeah,
Would it be
I
able to
think this
hold
would
up
be
to
a
head?
better weapon.
Will the beetle itself hold the same if we just keep it in its form right now?
yeah. I mean,
Here's the
Why,
concept.
why
Is
have the
just
ball?
keep
Can I
it.
just
Okay,
hold the beetle?
here's my original concept idea. So take that ball that absorbs magic. We attach it to the end of the staff, and then if need be during battle against anybody that is using spells on us, I could take it and
Whap 'em.
whack them with it. Take away some of their counter abilities against us.
I mean, you certainly could still do that. We can make you a new orb holding case for it, but it's not gonna keep. Like in this state, it's not gonna hold that many spells.
I'm not expecting it to hold that many
Oh.
spells.
It can only take away so many spells.
Yeah, this low purity of Ephraim will only hold so much.
Because it's converting the spell slots from ambient magic into energy, so that energy's not going to be used, it just gets full.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Honestly, there might be a small chance that it could explode if you don't explode the spells, and then in a case
And then
form,
how
it
would
doesn't.
we-
So it would be better to.
If
put
you
it on a
encase it,
weapon.
it's not quite as simple as I just used the spell. It's you gotta break the case open again, you gotta use the beetle, and you gotta.
So add it to somebody else's weapon then. I don't want a metallic stick.
So what are we doing with this little beetle? And then you see that the beetle starts to move a little bit.
Yes,
Use
if
the
it can
power.
If it can
Yeah, go
store, if it can store a spell, we just keep racking up items that can store spells. I keep putting fireballs in all of them, and eventually we just become a front line of on each of our turns we just cast a fireball from our weapons. Your move.
What would you like to do with it?
Sword gun.
Yes. Put it in this sword. Please.
And would you like it to be for spell storage, or would you like it for weapon enhancement? That's the only question.
Probably storage.
If you want to use it later, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's probably that's it.
You probably got some touch spells.
All right. She takes the sword from you. Takes the beetle. Puts them on another platform. She draws her hands up as like above the two of them. She starts forming some kind of magical sigils in the air. They get bigger and bigger, and they surround in a kind of like spherical container of magical spheres, magical sigils, and you watch as the rhinoceros beetle kind of just melts away and gets turned into liquid Ephraim, and it begins to wrap itself around the hilt and most bottom part of the blade, and begins to solidify in a like X-shaped pattern going up about probably 10 inches of the actual blade from the hilt. He goes, all right, that's another 50 gold though. She hands you the blade, and I will hand you this after the session, but your sword can only hold up to a level 2 spell slot on its own in this current form. So
It can be further enhanced.
yeah, if you get more Ephraim. But
Oh, I have that.
yeah, you just need it to get purified. But so basically, level 2 spells can be stored within this, and up to 3 of them.
Is she capable of purifying it?
Can't purify effluent here.
Who could?
A couple of the cities further up north, Eon's a little better in their Ephraim artisans at purifying. Or if you found a good enough dwarves have been able to purify Ephraim relatively well.
So now I know that Igor doesn't love me.
But anything else you need from me?
I think we are all good with our business here.
Headed out.
I'm staying behind. Thank you for your
Of course. Now you, Mr. Dwarf, you seem to have stayed behind when your party is left.
I have this tunic. It is, my understanding, a holy artifact. I tried to commune with this, and I was directed via a dream by one of, what's his name's? Zara's children? No, Atsul's, essentially his clerk, said to come here to try to reconnect and recontact him and see what this can do.
Oh, so you're here to pray.
And see if you can tell me anything about this tunic.
Well, if you'd like to put it on my examination table, I would more than happy to help you look at it.
Could you please just turn around for a second? Change.
All right,
I was
Sir Dwarf.
gonna get arrested for public
indecency.
Igor, I think she likes a furry.
As you put it on the examination table, she looks at it and goes, "Well, that's odd. This is a item of that is very, very old. The numbers aren't even popping up on our little identifier here. There's no spirits in it either. I don't know what this is.
Cool.
But if you'd like to pray,
Is there a praying spot?
up top." She points to like where she was when she was doing the weapon fusion. You just go up there. Don't touch the hammer up there, because once it's moved, you probably won't be able to move it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna go up there.
You just watch as you're going up. You see all the guards. You can't see their eyes, but you can tell they're just following you every step of the way.
Well, that changes what I was gonna recommend.
You put the tunic on it's 3 pedestals. It's 2 on the side and 1 in the middle.
Mhm.
And the hammer's just off the side.
Yeah.
I'm not touching the hammer. I'm gonna put the tunic in the middle, and on the 2 sides, I'm gonna set up some candles and some incense with my censer. And get down on my knees and have a big old swig and pray real hard.
Any
Maybe you see it with the hammer.
anything in particular that you're like words wise, or you're just praying?
Oh, I don't really know. Oh.
Every day I'm praying.
I'm going to roll for all the wonderful things that get Smith in his honor, in his name, by these people who work here, and all the forces. Yeah, I'm so bad. I know I'm bad.
Some prayers.
And
Sweet
I'm
baby
gonna
Jesus.
acknowledge the fact that sometimes that destruction is not always, when you destroy something, you're not always obliterating it, but you're merely changing it. And like think about smithing and how you take bare metal, like raw iron, and destroy it to make something better. The process of creation and that kind of stuff. I'm gonna get really frustrated with myself because I can't think of a prayer. That's
Okay.
good enough and like it really
Roll me a religion check.
I don't know where that was going, but it was
I don't
going
know
somewhere.
where it was going either. Neither did Igor.
Well, we're not there, so yeah.
Jesus, take the
Just have
wheel.
me write your prayers.
Laugh out loud. I don't know
I
how to
feel like I
drive.
did good on that.
It's a.
I feel like that was the only reason.
11.
Ooh.
You feel as if something's tugging at your mind, as if you're missing something
I'm gonna
here.
grab the hammer. I'm mad now.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And I'm gonna fucking
Roll me a strength check.
I'm gonna hit.
Oh boy. So glad I'm not the only one that's gonna get deadly damage today.
Oh, sad.
Strength. Strength. The 4.
You are unable to lift the hammer.
What?
I'm gonna call around the anvil and be like, Hey, can you help me? Can you hit this real hard?
Anvil looks at you for a second like,
Please.
all right.
Holy mission from God.
Okay. And she walks up. She picks up the hammer with one hand.
And
Mission from God. Tell him you failed.
I want her to bring it down, and I'm just gonna like watch her from the sidelines and scream at it.
Work!
just a primal anger scream because I want it to work. I want something to happen that doesn't kill me.
Please roll me a Constitution save.
Thank you. 18.
Alright. You don't pop a blood vessel. But, you watch as Anvil's bringing down the hammer, it looks like it should just be a straight, clean swing, but it seems as if some other force moves the hammer ever so slightly, and she misses, your tunic here. Because that's really weird. I lined up this shot perfectly. And she tries again, and she misses 3 times in a row.
I don't think you're gonna hit it.
Yeah, you got a strange piece of equipment here.
So put it back on.
Alright.
I'm gonna just,
You're not even gonna ask her to turn around this time?
I'm putting it on over my clothes. And I'm just gonna feel it and be like, I wish I understood you better.
You complete me.
And when you put it on, it feels a little warm. But no, you're on top of a forge where there's fire. Yeah.
God, there's something
I
changed.
get you.
Did you wet yourself?
Is that your adventure in the forge? Okay. You can hear as you're leaving. That may be the strangest dwarf I've ever met.
Good results.
That is not the last time we'll hear that.
Damn it.
And you leave, and you're approached by a group of individuals in hoods.
Fuck shit. Bye guys.
Are we with him?
No, they're all wearing white,
Not purple, at least.
and they approach you and they go, you are a cleric, correct?"
It might be time.
They all kind of like
Sure.
look at you like, what? Are you or are you not a cleric?
I am.
Okay.
What are you?
We're members of the Pale Finders.
Ah.
And we were hoping that we could get a little clerical help on putting a couple of souls to rest.
I'll give you some clerical healing. Yeah.
Not healing. We need
It's a phrase.
Oh, okay. If you would just come with us, there are some spirits that need to be put to rest. And,
Okay.
You're not gonna even tell us.
I don't know where you guys went. I don't know how much time passed. I don't know where you guys went.
I just know that you wanted privacy and I've been waiting outside.
Oh.
and you go with them.
Yeah. You want to follow me? You can.
Cool.
Igor, were you? Oh,
I'm going with them now. They need some help. You can come with. We're moving. So
we got nothing better to do.
move now.
Are you all going?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to a tavern to wash myself. I got a date to get ready for.
Okay.
So,
Go there and scrub that crotch. Get to it.
now what I'm doing is I'm just like obsessively licking myself in my
Right,
room.
so-
You're gonna have a bald patch right
She's
there.
like, "Bleh, bleh." I gotta get ready.
My friends are coming with me.
Do they have any ability?
No,
They have any? No knowledge at all. Well, that is
What were they
Just
about to
frost in the
say?
street, leg up, licking.
well, that's a little unhelpful. Sure.
I know, but I'll get questions if I go along. So I'd rather just be in the
I
open.
mean, if you don't want us, then
Are you on probation of some kind?
No,
Are you sure?
no. I'm sure. Yes, I am.
We're
sure
just
I'm not
there to
on
help him.
Are you being held against your will?
I just wave. It feels like it sometimes, but really not. Not really. I'm safe.
Wink once if you are. Wink twice if you're not.
I'm not what?
Being held against your will.
He proceeds to have a seizure.
What is this group, man?
They just look at you like. The other two that are with this dude are like, I don't think
No,
he knows.
they look at me and then I wink twice.
Okay. They were pretty sure that you didn't know how to wink for a second, and you thought it was just blinking.
I do not want that to be another character trait.
You're really bad at winking?
Yeah. Igor has so many negative character traits.
Igor has so many beautiful character traits.
Like everything you touch just falls down.
I'm so
Right.
lucky. Everything I touch
Ready.
falls over.
Scariest form
that
of a
was
beautiful mind.
I feel very bad about that. Igor and Alice feel very bad about that.
So everyone except for Frost is now following these Palefinders.
What are the Pathfinders? They're one of the guilds.
They're one of the guilds.
Okay.
The Palefinders in particular, they put to rest either unrested spirits, so spirits that essentially have, by some means or another, become like revenants or wraiths or something, or put to rest just spirits that haven't been able to move on to the Well of Souls.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, they have a good time. They usually operate at night, which is why they wear like the pure white cloaks, so they can be like just spotted around in case you need them at night. People die at all hours of the day, but it's easiest at night. Also, white in a colorful setting is also pretty good. Yeah, guys, that's where we're gonna put an end to this session. Guys, we're on Spotify and iTunes and YouTube, Facebook.
I don't know where we're being taken.
But Coolio, kids. Coolio, Grandpa. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Roll for perception, and we hope to see you next time.